right?
Correct.
Someone could have been hurt or shot or killed, sir. Honestly, that's how this stuff happens. If not, but
I mean, there's always a potential for, those things to happen. Thankfully, they didn't happen, and I certainly don't want to see one of our detectives get hurt, because maybe, and I'm not implying, and I'm not calling anybody out, just to be clear, but there's considerations that go into these decisions, and there's some people that need to be held.
Oh, yes.
I mean, being quite honest about it.
If you read through her case and that stupid smug look she has on her face in the mug shot, she should be in custody somewhere and was bounced time and time again. Are your folks, Sheriff, who do a hell of a job, are they frustrated by this, sir? Seeing these folks in this turnstile, this merry-go-round, sir?
I don't want to say we're frustrated. I mean, we get the warrants, and it's our job to bring these people back before the court. That's what we do. And, I'm proud of the people that work here and do that, because you never know what's on the other side of a door. I mean, everybody in law enforcement knows, and everybody knows that. And so I commend them for what they do. I think they do it very professionally, and, I don't want to see anybody get hurt, on repeat offenders that aren't helped.
Right on. Kevin Krause doing a hell of a job, sir. They did a hell of a job here and hurt no one and brought her in safely. What I'll be interested to find out, sir, is if she's bounced again after a couple days. We're going to find that out.
Well, right now she's being held on a $500 bail at 10%.
500?
At 10%. Yeah.
500, sir?
At 10%.
Which means she needs $50, sir?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
But again, I'm not trying to be critical of any judicial decisions. I'm just
$50, sir.
Stating the facts.
Wow. That's just asinine. Sheriff Krause didn't say that, I did. Appreciate you, sir. $50 she needs.
All right.
Thanks, my man.
Thanks.
Wow. When we get back, we got to talk to the guru, the insider, Jim Klingensmith. $50, her bond. And she's dangerous. You heard what he said. She had knives and didn't want to go peacefully, had a struggle with her. 7 different times. She has a 400 arrests. I'm exaggerating to make a point. $50 bond. She'll be out by 1 o'clock. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Thanks, Marty. We're getting reports of an accident on Route 65, Ohio River Boulevard, approaching the McKees Rocks Bridge, so watch for slowdowns and first responders headed to the scene there. Very slow traffic for you coming across the Fort Duquesne Bridge, headed for the lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. If you're trying to head outbound toward the Fort Pitt tunnels via the bridge, you're also in some slow traffic on the Parkway East 376 approach to that. Everything's moving. We checked it out. No delays caused by an accident or a disabled vehicle, but delays nonetheless. Parkway West on the inbound ride is slow for you. Right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp, you'll get in line on the Parkway East inbound at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hearing the word Medicare brings confusion and many questions. Which Medicare plan's right for you? When should you apply? Marty here for MediConnect. This is a local company based here in Pittsburgh. The folks at MediConnect make Medicare simple. Arrange for a visit in your home, online, or in their office to discuss which plan is best for your situation. There's no charge to work with the top-rated experts from MediConnect. I trust them. I use them. So should you. 888-818-6334. MediConnect.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey folks, Marty here. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest for 3 years. Restrictions apply. Call 412-543-6003. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
So, this weekend, Diamonds Direct. Have you seen this store? Whew! It's gorgeous. It's right there on McKnight Road, right there at the entrance to the Ross Park Mall. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful store. You walk in the door. Hello, how are you? Can I get you something to drink? Would you like to have a seat? I'm serious. It's that cool. It's VIP from hello till goodbye. So, this weekend they got this exclusive showcase from one of the top designers of jewelry. My wife pointed this out to me. Simon G. 2 days. Showroom filled with assortment of signature pieces. Beautiful stuff. Iconic engagement rings to fashion-forward jewelry. You're not going to find it anywhere else. Rare chance to explore this full collection Friday and Saturday. And by the way, they just took care of my wife's ring sizing, replaced a small diamond. They do that too, and they do it so well. Diamonds Direct, right across from the mall, right there on 19, Ross Park Mart. Check it out.
75 years of research.
75 years of policy.
75 years of opportunity.
75 years of freedom.
This is 75 years of the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
Join us at mda75.org.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I had to grab Smith, who has become the guru of this, and it's kind of our mission in life to keep pounding this like a hammer on a nail until it breaks through and creates dramatic change. Whether it's through some of these judges, what happens is they move them to a different court so they can't handle criminals. I'm just telling you the truth. Some of them, hopefully, when the election comes up, will make sure they don't get reelected because there's 7 of them, 7 progressive judges, 7. Which is insane. You voted for them. This is your mess, not mine. And hopefully by awareness we can get this fixed. But in the meantime, we got to keep pointing this out. As redundant as it sounds, there's a newness to it every idiotic case. And I know that Jim Klingensmith was listening when Krause mentioned that bond. Come on, Jim. $500, 10% down, $50. Come on, man. Come on.
Evil prospers when good men do nothing.
Right on, bro.
So they're keep letting them out on the streets and expect a different result. Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, look at this case. This idiot. She's been arrested like a dozen times. Every time she's combative. Every time she goes for a weapon. Every time she forces them to use force. And they put a $50 bond on her. Today. She'll be out in 4 hours. Back again.
There's hundreds and hundreds of Lovelace cases out there. There's hundreds. This girl, she's a dime a dozen for the system that we.
But Jimbo, how the hell do they expect this to work out? What the hell do you think she's going to do when she gets out, man? Come on, man.
She's going to do whatever she wants because they're not going to do nothing to her or for her to help her or to stop her. A $50 bond. She's probably waiting right now with cash. They're standing at the door waiting for the guards to come up, but they're at lunch probably. So you got these sheriff's fugitive warrant detectives. This is what they do. Yep. They hunt the people that nobody wants to go look for.
Right.
They knock on the doors that nobody wants to knock on. They go in the houses that nobody wants to go in. So how would you like to have to do it to the same person 3, 4, 5, 6 times? Okay, the odds are against you. You're eventually going to get hurt.
True.
Somebody's going to get hurt.
True.
These things escalate as they go because these people feel like they actually know the cops. And then they become more brazen because they've dealt with them 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. It becomes an extremely dangerous situation. And size doesn't matter,
Nope.
I'm telling you right now.
No.
I've seen 4'8" little juvenile 15-year-old girls climb up a 6'8" man and smash him in the face with the heel of her shoe. Anything is possible. So whenever the flip side of the coin happens and this lady gets hurt or she breaks her finger in an arrest or her wrist is twisted or she gets a bruise on her body, they're going to claim, police brutality and all this other crap and not realizing this is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time, okay? This falls right into place what we were just talking about. The $200,000 bond for the little guy who did the shooting up north.
Hey,
Same situation.
this woman
Same thing.
This woman had already bounced from court twice. So they find her at a Sheets, and she won't get out of her car, and she struggles, and she has knives, and they finally get her. Then they bounce her again. 6 days later, she's gone. Then they find her in a house on the south side, and she won't come out. And they fight her again. She refused commands, and they had to use force. My man, who the hell thinks that she's okay to be out of jail in the next 4 hours? And how's that happen? No, really. I can't
the judges.
Huh?
No, I can't. It's the judges. It's their mindset. It's their beliefs. They're not following the laws. They're following their political views, and that's it.
It is.
It's that simple. They fight us to try to, if we say, hey, got in an argument or a fight with this guy, got hit, spit on, this, that. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to kick him anyway. Sorry. They don't care. They don't care. So we're not talking one or two cops here. You're talking 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, maybe a canine hitting a house. So that's over redundant, and you're wasting resources. So when you got to chase the same person 2, 3, 4 times a week, it might take you 2 or 3 days with 5 detectives, their man hours and time. Okay, so we're wasting resources. You're wasting it. So they're forcing us to use our resources over and over and over again for the same people in the same incidences. My goodness, I mean, just look at the system. Look at it.
I'm afraid that this woman's going to get shot at some point, or she's going to stab someone to death. I mean, really.
I hope that's not the case. We don't want to see a person that, maybe, everybody has a chance. They just need to go that direction. They need to make that decision. But they're not making the decisions. And then the judges are supposed to be the backup support for the community. Okay, they're the ones that are supposed to make the decisions for the people who can't make their own decisions. And the judges aren't doing it. They just let them go and wait for the next incident. So what happens when the next cop gets shot? The next cop gets run over by a car, drugged down the street, or there's another shooting involving an actor that they had to chase 3, 4, 5 times. And they recognize the cops as they're coming to the door from 100 yards away, and they set up on them. This is how this stuff goes sideways. This is just a repetitive, dangerous cycle that these people, the woke judges, love. And I know there's great judges down there. We got some great judges in Allegheny County, but we got a handful of gross, disgusting, woke judges down there who are destroying our city, destroying our county, and they're creating a crime wave. That's what they're doing.
Hey, man, listen to this. This woman who they grabbed in this house, she sent this text to a judge. I'm going to read it right now. I'm supposed to be in court tomorrow. They took my car, took my clothes, took my money, took everything they possibly could from me. Every time I go to court, they bring some bogus new surprise warrant for my arrest just to get me in jail so they can pile more bogus charges on me. They should never sign off on a warrant to begin with, and the entire thing is a setup. So in other words, she's the victim, sir. She's sending this to the judge. She's the victim. The judge says, hey, lady, get a good attorney. How about that?
Right.
Come on, $50
That's
bond.
the way it is. They need to flip the script because they know, everybody knows this is wrong. The last couple days, I can't even get over. I've been on the phone for 3 days just over our last show with information coming in, people complaining. This is across the board.
It is, all over the country.
There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these cases. Hundreds.
It is. Thousands. Jimbo, we ain't stopping until it's fixed. Thanks, brother. My man.
Yes, sir.
She really, literally, I'm reading this text that she sent to the judge. And the judge says, you got to get your life straightened out. Respect yourself. Get a good attorney. She pretty much tells him to screw off. She's been set up again. Yeah, that's what it is.
Are debt payments keeping you up at night? Credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, it can all add up and feel impossible to keep up. If you owe $10,000 or more in unsecured debt, J.G. Wentworth may be able to help you and put you on the path to freedom in as little as 24 to 48 months. Imagine one affordable monthly payment instead of juggling multiple bills and creditors. We've helped thousands of people cut their debt by up to 50% before fees, and we don't get paid unless we reduce your debt. The more you owe, the more you could save. Call 877-CASH now. The call is free, the consultation is free, and there's no obligation to sign up. Call today for your free consultation. 877-CASH now. That's 877-CASH now. Don't wait. Every day you delay could cost you more. Call 877-CASH now today. Results vary. Not all debts qualify. Debt resolution impacts credit and may increase what you owe. Average savings before fees 43%, 25% after fees. The choice to stop paying creditors is yours. J.G. Wentworth does not pay debts or provide legal, tax, or credit repair services.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Non-stop flights from Pittsburgh to Sarasota Bradenton, one way for as low as $57. Must be purchased by 12/3/2025 for travel between 10/28/2025 and 5/17/2026. Seats and dates limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
46 with overcast skies at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A free dental, hearing, and vision clinic is returning to the David L. Lawrence Convention Center this week. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
For 2 days, the David L. Lawrence Convention Center will convert into a space where medical volunteers and professionals will provide free care for hundreds of people. Mission of Mercy Events Administrative Director Keith Young tells KDKA Radio the clinic is offering care for anyone who walks through the door. No insurance or appointment needed.
There's no eligibility requirements. All you need to do is show up and you'll be treated. With one exception, we do a medical triage for people going through dental. If they can't physically withstand the dental procedure, then we'll deal with that in a different way, and we have other providers to help with that.
Young says the clinic opens its doors at 6 a.m. both Friday and Saturday, and they'll stay open until capacity is reached. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The start of LIHEAP is being delayed this year. It's another effect of the government shutdown. The Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program has been pushed back to December because the state has not received its federal allocation. LIHEAP benefits are sent to a utility or a fuel provider on behalf of residents who need help paying their home heating bills during the winter. U.S. Steel is restarting Battery 14 at its Clairton plant today, more than 2 months after a deadly explosion. The company says repair work on the battery is complete and operations can resume. After final safety checks, startup is expected this afternoon. U.S. Steel says the Allegheny County Health Department has been notified emissions controls will be active and monitored. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 81 points now at 46,671. The Nasdaq up 152 points, and the S&P is ahead by 25. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your Lowe's weekend weather update. In Pittsburgh, it's going to be a cool start to the weekend Saturday with some sun followed by increasing cloudiness with a high reaching 56. Saturday night should be rather cloudy with a late night shower and a low of 42. Sunday will be mostly cloudy and cool, maybe a shower early with highs in the mid-50s. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them, so we're helping you with deals on top brands like Scott's, Pit Boss, Cobalt, and Trex Decking. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This October, don't let a bone-rattling old ride spook you. Get into something new at Bowser's Subaru in Pleasant Hills. This October, take the fright out of car shopping with the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, the SUV built for every adventure, no matter how chilling the road ahead. Lease a 25 Crosstrek Premium, VIN number SH335562, for just $289 a month. These October savings won't last. Get the Bowser Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL. MSRP $30,161. 36-month lease with 10,000 miles per year, $1,099 due at signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends November 1st.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser.
BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs PPO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Most transactions, relationships, engagements with a lawyer is transactional, right? Business dealings, divorce, taxes, whatever criminal case, whatever ends up being. Not with Julian Gray. His law firm has become an integral part of our family. My wife, her parents are struggling in Florida. Julian Gray's social workers did amazing things to help them in Florida. My sister is struggling with pancreatic cancer and wants an estate plan, and she's talking to him right now. He spent a month on estate plan for myself and my wife, grayautorlaw.com. They're amazing. The way they handle you like family is kind of why I'm telling you this story about how it's affected my family's life and how it's become more than transactional. It's made a massive difference in our lives. grayautorlaw.com. 412-458-6000. 412-458-6000. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we continue to have some slowdowns in all directions around the intersection of Route 65 and the McKees Rocks Bridge. So that's Ohio River Boulevard. We have an accident there, and it's been a little bit slow go through that particular intersection, especially on the southbound side once you get past the bridge. We have the Parkway West inbound still kind of heavy for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound, you have slow traffic getting up onto the lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge and through those tunnels, especially coming from the Fort Duquesne Bridge and at times from the Parkway East. Parkway East inbound is slow at Edgewood Swissvale. Be prepared until 2 p.m. today. You could have a closure of the Parkway East inbound for up to 15 minutes at a time as steel beam delivery happens into the Commercial Street Bridge construction site. Those beams are on site and waiting. The tractor trailers are there just outside the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, so we anticipate that at any time. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be mostly cloudy, breezy, and quite cool with a passing shower and a high of 51. Mostly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower, though 38. Cloud break for some sun tomorrow, brisk and chilly. Still a risk of a shower, the high in the low 50s. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Open enrollment is here until December 7th. Will your doctors remain in network? Get free personalized Medicare plan comparisons from locally owned Need Part C right now. Top national and regional carriers. Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be with Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Thursday, inching through the week. We'll get there, getting closer to the weekend. Like I said, it's a Thursday here, 2 to 6. Colin Dunlap, KDKA.
The woman who was arrested by the cops, Miss Loveday, is delusional and is out on the streets here in a couple hours and had a $500 bond. When they mean 10%, they really mean that. You got to pay $50 to get out of jail. It's a slap in the face to the justice system, and in reading her texts to the judge, she is the victim. And by the way, I can see why these folks feel entitled, because they end up laughing at the justice system. And her name is Bailey Loveday. And she is angry that she says she's been arrested again. It's not fair. And she says, don't believe anything about me. And that she was wrongfully arrested on drug charges. And that they're out to get her. And the judge is trying to help her. And the judge is telling her to get her life straightened out. Start with yourself. You need to respect yourself enough not to put yourself in these situations. You have value. You need to realize that. The magistrate trying to help this woman. And she says, they took my car, took my clothes, took my money. Every time I go to court, they bring some bogus new surprise warrant for my arrest just to get me in jail so they can pile on more bogus charges and throw away the key. Again, she's the victim. And around and around and around it goes. Ignorant. Rick the Barber, if you're listening, give us a call. Rick the Barber, my man, give us a call if you're listening. All right? All right. Eileen, thanks for your patience. Good morning.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am.
I am a resident that shops at Northway Mall.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have a couple comments about the shooting that took place there. I made several calls and finally found out.
Excuse my ignorance. I'm not familiar of a shooting at Northway Mall, ma'am. When did that happen?
That was a couple weeks ago. 15-year-old.
Was it Ross Park, ma'am?
Student from Pittsburgh. Pardon me?
Ross Park Mall, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes.
That took place a couple weeks ago from a 15-year-old student who shot another student.
Yes.
But it was outside, and it could have escalated to people who were shopping at the mall.
Yes, ma'am. We've talked about this
I
quite a
shop
bit.
there
You're right about
occasionally.
everything you're saying. Yes, you're right.
Well, to make a longer story short, I contacted the justice office that made the decision on that situation.
Right.
And the young man was given a $200,000 bond, but was not collected, and it was left in the recognizance of his parents.
Right.
That is questionable to me, because did his parents know he had a gun and he had a violent streak?
Yes.
Why
of course, he had
leave
14
them
charges, ma'am.
in
And
their
that
care?
bond is not a bond. They had no money. They have no way to put up $200,000 of anything, and he's out in the streets right now, and he's home with mommy. So yes, it's annoying and it's ignorant, and you're right. And we have definitely covered that ground. But you're right about everything you said. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, Rick, thanks for calling, brother. How are you?
Good, buddy. How you been?
My man is the best. When school starts, he gives out free haircuts. When life gets difficult, he tries to make life easier. And it's one of the things I love about him. Tell us why you called this morning, because I love how you think.
Well, a lot of my veteran brothers and sisters are, supposed to receive SNAP because they're either upgrading their VA benefits or they just don't get enough to survive. I mean, they're below the poverty line, and
sure.
I'm just not singling out my veteran brothers and sisters,
no, of course
but
not.
help. And I mean, if there's any way we can do anything here at Rich Barbershop Pittsburgh, we will help people. I mean, either collecting dry goods or take a donation for people. Because I'm fortunate. I have plenty of food. But there's a lot of these people that don't, and they can't afford it. And I mean, if people are down because they're not, military people are not getting their pays and stuff, they can come in here and get free haircuts. Yeah, their families can. I don't care who does. If they just mention, hey, I need this, well, without question, I just give it. Just do it.
At least you get it. our leaders don't seem to get it, brother.
Well, I don't have that on my conscience, sir. Yeah. They're the ones that have to live with their decisions.
But
you understand?
We lose more and more faith in them every day because they just sit on their ass and do nothing as they wait for their driver to take them to lunch.
I put 32 years in the service, and I went through how many administrations, and I've seen the writing on the wall. But I'm an old man now, so the only thing I can do is give. I don't need suits and ties, pots and pans, or living room sets. The only thing I need is my help.
My man.
I have that.
I love you. I love that you care. You always step up. You always create opportunity, and you always tell folks, I'm here to help. I love it, my man. Thanks, brother.
You take care. Thank you so much. And also, hey, Marty, we're giving free haircuts out for the Marine Corps birthday and for Veterans Day this year, like we did last year and all the others.
Make sure you call in. Make sure you let me know.
All right.
Hey,
all right, thanks again. Thank you for your time.
Tell folks where you're at. Tell folks where you're at.
I'm at 352 Freeport Road in Blawnox, next to the new brewery and the Starlight Lounge. You'll see my place. It's an orange building. It has all the flags flying.
Yeah, it's a really cute
so
place.
Stop on in.
It's a really cute place. Thanks, my man.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
I'd have him cut my hair, but I only have 4 left. And I do that myself, honestly. He's wonderful. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is if your evening or overnight travels take you on the outbound or eastbound Parkway East tonight, you're going to need to slow down around inspection crews. They'll be working on the off-ramp to Forbes Avenue, Oakland. That's exit 72A. That work is set to happen from 9 p.m. to 5 until tomorrow morning. The Parkway East on the inbound ride is a little bit slow between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. And anytime now, between now and 2 p.m., you could find a stoppage of up to 15 minutes at a time on the Parkway East as they bring some steel beams into the construction site at the Commercial Street Bridge project. So be prepared for slowdowns there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Come celebrate Levin's huge anniversary sale with my friend Robert Levin and his team. Amazing savings, starting up with 80% off clearance and special buys, plus $105 instant anniversary sale discount on purchases of $9.98 or more, and 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Let me repeat, save 20% store-wide, plus $105 instant discount and 5-year special financing. Levin's huge sale.
Gather up the season's best savings all month long during the Jim Shorkey Kia Wexford Harvest the Savings event.
Lease a new 2026 Kia Sportage for just $199 a month for 24 months, or finance for 1.99% APR for 60 months.
Don't wait. The road to fall savings starts here. Your deal, your way. What a great day at Jim Shorkey Kia Wexford.
Visit us during the Kia Fall Savings event or call 609-735-6849 for offer details.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
We are married to our phone. We are married to our devices. We are married to the electronic side of it and the internet side of it. And it's not any knock on anybody. It's just, well, the way of the world. In our hands, seemingly, is our whole life. And when it crashes, when it shuts down, when it doesn't work, the whole world comes to a stop.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Woo, yeah. It's Marty. I love the cool weather. Folks, it's October. Crisp mornings, cool evenings. Folks, winter's coming. You know what I'm thinking of? Windows. Time for Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Right now, 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. 0% financing for 3 years. Insane. Top it off. Get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. I love this company. 412-545-6003. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Remember, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Custom made, professional team installing them. Guaranteed expert installation. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Wonderful windows, wonderful company. Check it out. Check this out. Hofstadt's Oakmont, one of my boy JK spots, has the Thanksgiving dinner for you. Dinner for 6. They make it. Orders have to be in by November 4th. Everything, salad, turkey, all the meat, stuffing, gravy, and dessert right there. Don't worry. Instructions for reheating included. Give thanks and eat good food from Hofstadt's. Hofstadt's rocks. JK won't mind if you tell your family you cooked it yourself. Hofstadt's Thanksgiving. Check it out.
Here's AirPro's Rocco Florio.
If last summer took a toll on your old, inefficient central air conditioning system and you got prices from some of the big box stores or your current heating and cooling company and have been shocked with high prices and limited warranties, it's time to call AirPro Heating and Cooling and see why our customers save 20 to 30% over the competition.
AirPro and Bryant are offering their summer special and also 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. Call AirPro Heating and Cooling. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Looking for an adventure getaway? AAA presents a snowmobile adventure in Jackson and Yellowstone National Park. Enjoy a 5-night stay and 3 full days of guided snowmobiling with gear, winter suit, boots, helmet, and gloves all included. Plus a free day to explore your way, cross-country or downhill skiing, dog sledding, more snowmobiling, and more. Winter is the best time for adventure experiences in Wyoming. Don't miss it. Visit your local AAA office or call 1-800-354-8761 today.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. The deadline for the Pittsburgh Arena Real Estate Development LP, an affiliate of the Pittsburgh Penguins, to extend its option for the development rights for the remaining lots in the Lower Hill has passed, with the team acknowledging that it's allowed it to expire without action, leaving an open question of what's next and who the developer might be for the more than 20 acres of open lots. The City County Sports and Exhibition Authority, which owns the 28-acre former Civic Arena site, and the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh, owner of an adjacent site of around 12 acres and part of the larger plan, issued a joint statement Thursday morning confirming the option has not been extended by the Penguins. Also, with the complex now cleared of any receivership, legal entanglements, and a host of new vacancies opening up in the last year, Station Square may officially have a new owner in the next month or so. WS Development, the Boston firm with a track record and portfolio of urban mixed-use projects, is expected to close on buying Station Square in the next 30 days, according to sources familiar with the company's plans. An official for WS Development did not respond for comment, and a spokesman for the current owner, Brockfield Properties, declined to comment. But sources indicate the executives for WS Development have been meeting with tenants of Station Square as it works to formulate its plans for the property. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey. Question. Anyone out there had any pizza? I'm always looking. This is self-serving. I'm just being honest. There's this new pizza joint that has this buzz going. Pizza gets people all worked up. It's very personal. Did you know that Domino's sold $5.2 billion worth of pizza last year? It's the worst. It tastes like wallboard. $5.2 billion. Pizza Hut's like second at $2 billion. Minio's is third at $1.5 billion. So there's this new pizza joint on Beverly Road in Lebo. All right? All right. I need to know if anybody's had the pizza yet, because I will not, because I'm lazy and I have no patience, and there's a big line that ain't happening. It's just not. With all due respect to the idiots that wait in line 2 hours for a pizza, good luck with that. I remember, and I know Patrick does, when Cheesecake Factory, this is when Pittsburgh had nothing. when we had no restaurants, when Fridays was still the hot spot in Pittsburgh. When the Cheesecake Factory, I am not exaggerating this crap. It's not crap. I like the place, actually. It has a 700-page menu, and they deliver a crate of food. But 4.5 hour wait. Some idiots waited 6 hours for the Cheesecake Factory. I am not exaggerating. Hell with that. This is the one in the on the south side. Crazy lines. Ain't happening. No disrespect to good food, but over my dead body. So this new place, and I'm trying to see if anybody's had their pizza, because there's a big buzz. Because anytime you say New York pizza, you get this crazy buzz. This place is called, hold on, let me be, it's two guys out of New York, Brooklyn, okay? F and F. Frank and Frank, I think so. You're kidding. Susan did? Okay, I'm going to get the scoop. There's a line outside the door. And Brooklyn based. They only have, this is their only restaurant outside of New York. They have some sort of Pittsburgh connection. I looked on the menu, man. The pizza's like $35. You have to take out a home improvement loan to get a pizza. Susan.
Hi.
Did you go?
I did.
You're kidding.
They aren't officially open, but it's like a soft open where they aren't like advertising that they're open. So we went last night, and it was excellent.
How excellent? Like your favorite now?
Well, I don't know how often I'll spend $100 to get pizza, but
see.
But it's very good. We had 2 cocktails. We had an appetizer and a large pizza, which we have leftovers.
Oh.
But it was $100.
So
it was $100.
So what kind? Is it like thin, crispy, what?
It's the thin crust. Yeah.
And all right,
it was excellent, though.
What's your favorite pizza?
Well, we aren't real adventurous on our pizza, so we just had a pepperoni.
No.
But
no. What's your favorite pizza joint in Pittsburgh?
Oh, I like Fiore's.
Oh, nice. Strong.
Fiore's is really good.
And about half that price.
But the restaurant is beautiful, though, and I think they'll do well. I mean, people will spend it.
Was there a line?
No, because like I said, it's a soft opening, so they aren't really advertising that they're open.
Oh.
But it was busy. We sat at the bar, and all the tables were full.
Oh. Was it fabulous?
They're going to start taking reservations on Resi.
Was it your top 5 now?
Well, as I said, I mean, I don't know how often we'll do that because it's a lot for pizza, but we'll definitely go back for sure.
I got to check it out now. Can you drop?
Yep.
Can you drop the leftovers by the station?
I'll send you pictures on your instant access.
Susan, she's going to send me a picture. Thank you.
Okay.
I love this audience. I love how people respond. My man says that Pittsburgh pizza is the best. Down Bridgeville. That's very good. Pittsburgh has the best pizza in the planet. No Chicago, no New York. I don't know. I love it all. But I got to try this place. It's just cool. New Yorkers. It has an insane reputation in New York as one of the best pizza places on earth and has been voted #1 in New York City a lot. So now I'm intrigued.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
47 with overcast skies at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier are among more than 30 people charged in a federal gambling probe. FBI Director Kash Patel.
Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra, to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families.
In one case, Billups, other former professional athletes, and members of the Italian mafia are accused of rigging illegal poker games. In the other case, Rozier and others are involved in, they say, a long-running sports betting scheme, which they used insider information to place bets. A well-known sports agent says the betting and illegal poker arrests involving these NBA players and coaches shows the danger of athletes being enticed to gamble. Here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
Greg Diulis of the management company Milk and Honey, whose firm represents NFL stars including Travis Kelce, says the proliferation of sports betting is going to create an ongoing problem. He says with the NCAA allowing basketball players to bet on professional sports, it can become even more dangerous, and it's best to avoid the danger, whether it's legal sports betting or poker games.
Those things can certainly lead to people that are unscrupulous using the information or trying to funnel information to other people.
He says the biggest issue he sees is with prop bets, where someone like Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier could allegedly manipulate his game time or productivity in any given game to keep numbers under what's been posted in the prop bet. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
U.S. Senator John Fetterman continues to break with Democrats over the federal government shutdown, mostly due to stoppages in programs like SNAP. And when it comes to the Affordable Care Act,
I want to extend these tax credits and make health insurance more affordable, but I also refuse to vote to suspend SNAP for millions of Pennsylvanians in my state.
Fetterman is one of 2 Democrats voting to keep the government open. He called the shutdown a failure in a post on X yesterday. The Penguins have let their development rights for the Lower Hill expire, leaving the future of that project up in the air. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
The Penguins development arm, Pittsburgh Arena Real Estate, has let its option to build on the rest of the Lower Hill expire, returning control of the land to the city's redevelopment authorities. The Sports and Exhibition Authority and Urban Redevelopment Authority say they'll now reassess the project through a transparent public process. The $230 million F&B Financial Center is complete, and a 4,000-seat entertainment venue is underway, but much of the 28-acre site remains vacant. In a statement released release to KDKA Radio, Mayor Ed Gainey called the expiration an enormous opportunity to reset the project and ensure redevelopment repairs historic harm and promotes equitable growth that rejects gentrification. The Penguins say they plan to remain engaged as partners in shaping the next phase of the site's future. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 27 points at 46,617. The NASDAQ is up 167 points, and the S&P is ahead 27. KDKA Sports, the Pens are playing the Panthers in Florida tonight. First face-off at 7. On Thursday Night Football, Vikings and Chargers at Los Angeles. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:04. 47. Light drizzle at Pittsburgh International. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Do you spend your winters outside the Berg? Does your current Medicare plan offer out-of-state coverage? Marty here for MediConnect. It's a local, top-rated company. I trust them to answer your questions and other Medicare concerns you may have. The well-trained teams from MediConnect will sit down with you free of charge, explain all the different Medicare options available. And once again, it's a free service. 888-818-6334. MediConnect. It's Medicare made simple. Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old-school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed.
This is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thank you for making Petite the premier kitchen and bath design center and remodeler in Western Pennsylvania.
For over 50 years, you've welcomed us into your homes to help solve your remodeling problems. Our goal is, and always has been, to avoid the nightmare of remodeling. We want to give you the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
Thank you for taking it one step further. You recommended us to your friends. There's no greater statement of satisfaction than to say to a friend, I love my Petite kitchen, or I'm so happy with my Petite bath. You should call them too.
From custom creation to expert installation, you don't have to go anywhere else. And you didn't. You came to Petite. So, thank you.
And to those of you who haven't been to Petite yet, haven't you waited long enough? PA 625.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be mostly cloudy, breezy, and quite cool with a passing shower and a high of 51. Mostly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower, though 38. Cloud break for some sun tomorrow, brisk and chilly. Still a risk of a shower, the high in the low 50s. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Give me 1 second. I'm finishing a peanut butter sandwich. Susan sent me really cool pictures of that pizza joint. in Mount Lebanon. Looks good. What's it called? F&F. 2 francs. Classic tomato pie. It's got the menu, everything. I'm in. I love trying new pizza. It's fun. Hold on 1 second. In Texas, you try new barbecue joints and new Tex-Mex, which I used to do all the time, just randomly, because it's everywhere. In New York, you just try anything Italian. In Pittsburgh, I like to try new pizza joints. It's just fun. But as you probably all know, Cucina Bella and my boy Carmen is our all-time favorite. He's a family to us, and we've probably eaten there 400 times. And then Fiore's, and then probably Minio's, as if you care. One more thing before I get my man Mike, the lone Republican in Mount Lebanon. Love him. Regarding the pens, and I heard Raz. I talked to my people last night about the pens, and this Hoffman family, $2 billion they're worth. Final phases, NHL's doing their due diligence, and then they're going to sell the team. And then the Boston folks walk away with $2 billion. It's the truth. That's what I'm told. The NHL is doing their due diligence, but the new buyers, new owners will be this Hoffman family. Based in Chicago. Okay? All right. I hear David Hoffman, the chairman, founder of the Hoffman family of companies, is a cool guy who wants to make the Penguins great again. Cool. Speaking of, one more thing. It was so cool to see Susie Cool at the Pens game the other night, introducing the Steelers. Do you have that clip? Yeah. I love her. She worked here. She's the coolest person. Was in news and sports, and now she's the Pens girl. And she was all over social media the other night, introducing the Pens. All right, but listen, this is Susie Cool the other night. Listen.
Penguins fans, I am with some people that don't need any introduction here tonight. The black and gold supporting the black and gold. It's your past and present Pittsburgh Steelers, and they know exactly how to get this game started.
It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh!
That was good. I wanted Mario involved again just because he's all class and because he loves it so much. I wanted Kevin Acklin back in. But regardless, I hear the Hoffman family is cool. Speaking of cool, Mike, good morning.
Good morning, my man. How are you?
Mike's the only Republican in Mount Lebanon. He's outnumbered. How are you, man? How is that? I live in Lebo.
I'm doing great, brother. I got to tell you, you are my main man. Always had my back, but this whole peanut butter sandwich thing, I can't get down, man. I can't get down.
I eat those Uncrustables, Mike.
Ooh,
I love them.
Oh, read the packaging. Oh, but at any rate, no, we're doing well. Mount Lebo's doing great, man. I'm looking forward to that F&F pizza too. I actually saw one of the Franks last week. Cruising around, he was walking up and down Beverly. He had a bunch of architectural renderings.
Hold on, do you know him?
No, I don't know him. I'd love to know him.
Let's hook up. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, I heard the pizza's a nice price, but
$32.
We got to get over there. Yeah.
Come on.
I tell you what, we got to win an election on November 4th,
All right,
buddy.
I love Mike.
Let's win.
Mike Ambrasia gets it. He's a leader. He's an outsider. He's in tech. He's everything that matters in Pittsburgh as we move forward. And if you don't buy that, look at his resume. Look at his success story. And he wants to make a difference. I asked him a question yesterday because I'm irritated by Sarah Namorato's glossy video about how she found and created 600 homes. Okay? And Mike are you the only Republican on council?
There's 2 Republicans out of 15. Yeah. Suzanne Filiaggi is District 2, Hampton. Not Hampton, but Swickley area. Yeah.
And how many of these 600 homes in this slick video that Sarah says she created, how many have you seen?
I've personally not seen any of them.
Not one.
Not one, no. And listen, I don't have a doubt that there was progress made.
Yes.
Wonderful. You know, we saw the announcement some months ago, and then we received a notice to go ahead and go to a press conference to see the results of that. I can't report here today whether or not it's real or not real. I pray that it is. I really do.
But there's no way it is. There's no way, Mike. There's 600 new homes because they won't show me and they won't show you. And I doubt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's seen them. You know, I got to tell you, I know where we want to go. I'm sure where you want to go with the conversation, but I got to tell you, there's more pressing things that are occurring in the county right now. Let's hit it twofold. One, with the homes. I don't know where they are. Maybe it's with, you know, Gainey's 1,600 affordable housing units.
Right on.
I just nobody knows.
Right on.
But you do pray that they are, because I love the initiative.
I agree.
I mean, you cannot deny the fact that the initiative and the thoughtfulness, and if they can find a way to help our homeless community outside of just giving them a shelter, but actually helping them get on their feet, is a remarkable thing. I credit the county executive for putting her neck out to do that. And I did see the glossy video, so very well done. But I have nothing to report there. So let's sit tight real quick and make sure that we can get all the details in order for that. But the other side, we are dealing in a crisis right now with regards to the SNAP benefits and anything that could help, that could hurt, that could be imposed by this drastic, just crazy government shutdown.
It's ridiculous.
Right?
It's ridiculous, Mike.
It is ridiculous. And I got to tell you, though, you know, anybody who asks me, I'm on the campaign trail, right? November 4th is right around the corner. Everybody asks me, well, the damn Republicans or the damn Democrats. Listen, there's a pox on both houses. They need to come together and they need to fix this. We have a desperate food population. We have, they call it food insecurity in our region.
Right.
Anybody asks me what to do, go to PittsburghFoodBank.org. Well, it's the Republicans, they're holding, that's fine. Go to PittsburghFoodBank.org. That's become my battle cry, Marty.
It's true. It's true. Hey, can you hang? Can you hang?
Go for it.
Okay, before we go to break, because he's a Lebo guy and I'm a Lebo guy, this notion that Pittsburgh has affordable housing in areas like Mount Lebo, there's no way, Mike, that unless you make $200,000 plus, that you can afford a nice house in Mount Lebanon. Fair? Right?
Yeah, I'll call BS on that one. Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
It's very
yeah,
difficult.
I don't align with that.
Mike, hang in there. All right?
All right.
Listen to The Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself, shaped into a force that others can't imagine? We are part of something bigger, a force that never quits. You can transform your life. Check us out at Navy.com. America's Navy, forged by the sea.
Mascaro Construction Company is one of the region's largest and most trusted contractors. For 37 years, they have consistently delivered great experiences for their clients, trade partners, and the communities they serve. Mascaro serves a range of commercial and industrial markets, including buildings, power, education, manufacturing, healthcare, and more. From sports stadiums to infrastructure, when you build with Mascaro, you build with the best. Learn more at mascaroconstruction.com.
John Perry, a Perry Calder law firm. John and I go back about 30 years. John says AI at their firm is attorney intelligence. Highly trained attorneys, trained doctors that investigate their cases. Some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania history. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200, 412-281-4200, where AI is attorney intelligence. Believe it. Perry Calder, the best. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home. So we're about to get our fifth Bowser car. That's not exaggeration. And I'm going to tell you why. For so many reasons. Number one, the way they treat you at the sale. To them, your family. And we got 3 brands. We got Subarus, plural. Hyundai, my wife has the Santa Fe, which she loves. Genesis, probably the coolest car I've ever had. And I get asked about it every single day. And when there's a service opportunity, when they need service, they pick up the car. They drop off another car. They fix the car. And they bring the car back, and it's with a smile. When there's an accident, they drove out of state to get parts to fix one of the cars that was struck from behind. Everybody's okay. And they fix the car to perfection. Look, man, there's a lot of family dealerships out there. Nah, there's one Bowser. There's one Bowser family, and everything they do is about family and taking care of you. The Bowser experience, it's absolutely amazing.
More fantastic fall savings at Coons Market. 80% lean fresh ground beef, $3.99 a pound. Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce package, $2.99 each. And Value Pack Lance crackers, 20-count packages, $4.99 each. Come see us at Coons.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Wonderful.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. After years of combat deployments and exposure to explosions, Navy SEAL veteran Dave Rogers went from an elite warfighter to struggling to pay attention. Frustrated by his declining health, he nearly ended his own life.
At the time, taking like 5 different meds, high doses.
But explains how it was hyperbaric oxygen therapy that truly healed him.
I could see clearer after the first treatment. I came out and I was like, oh wow, I can see a little bit better. After 4, I noticed it was actually, for sure, doing something to me. I improved steadily every day.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So if this F&F pizza place, I'm obsessing. If they're having a soft opening, I can go there tonight, and I won't have to wait in line. Is that what we're saying? You know, Mike Ambrasi is a big shot at a robotics company. We can bring a robot there to help them wait tables. What do you think, Mike?
We're bringing a dog. We're bringing the dog, baby. We'll bring it 2.
You have a dog robot.
We got a couple of them. Yeah, let's bring them. Let's bring him. Actually, one of the guys who operates it lives right there in Mount Lebanon.
See what I'm saying? Boom. You and
we will have the most. We will have the best Pittsburgh welcome to town
with a robot.
Welcome to town event. Yes,
hey,
I
Mike,
love it.
No, honestly,
yeah,
be straight up with me. I've been here my whole life. I'm an independent. I love Mount Lebanon, but it's bizarre what's happened, my man. And some people, I know people who have moved, and I'm not recommending this. It's the coolest place we've ever lived, but they've moved from there because it's so woke. You're a Republican. How do you fight that in a community that is pretty liberal these days? How do you do that? How do you make an imprint?
It's angry. Yeah, it's a pretty angry place. So I'm a social liberal and I'm a fiscal conservative.
Do you think it's angry?
Yeah.
Mike? Do you think it's angry? Because I think politically it is. Yeah.
It is. I'm the councilman for the entire county.
Yeah.
730 square miles. I spend time going to every nook and cranny. Everybody points to Mount Lebanon.
Why?
Every single district, even the Democrats, they just roll their eyes going, at least it's not Mount Lebanon.
But hold on.
I don't know. I think a lot of it is to deal with a lot of the transient folks that come in. If you look at my street, I know where you live, you know where I live.
Yep.
A lot of them are young professionals that lived in larger metropolitan areas. So I think that kind of turnover has brought with it a unique politic. Sure. But it's not just the young people. There's an older faction, a more mature faction that are just angry. I'll give you an example. I was up for a commissioner seat a while back. I didn't run for the seat. It was a fill-in. Somebody had resigned. Somebody had resigned, and I was getting calls from other commissioners. Yeah. Hey, we'd like you to do this. And I remember sitting, they interviewed me, they loved me. I'd say 3 of the 4 said I was their first vote. That was a lie.
Yeah.
I sat in the chambers, and there were older people, like, elderly people, people calling into the meeting saying, we don't want a Republican. We don't want a businessman.
Just because you're a Republican. That was it.
Just because I'm a Republican. Because I'm a Republican.
So
here's how angry Mount Lebanon is.
Hold on.
All my Christmas lights were cut 2 years ago,
What?
Marty.
What?
Who cuts Christmas lights?
Whoa, man.
All of them.
Jesus, Mike.
Nobody else on my street, just my house, because I was the Republican that ran for office. I'm not making this up.
So, Mike, I got a better one. So, Raja lives on my street. And Raja's a zillionaire, and he's brilliant. And he's an amazing leader, has a $200 million software company, and funded one of my little ventures, the one I'm sitting in right now. And so Raja was running for office. He ran several times, spent $7 million of his own money over the years, and couldn't win for 2 reasons: accent and Republican. So, when he's running, this is a true story. He has an insanely beautiful house. When he was running, there was a meeting in our neighborhood to raise funds to beat him. And it was a doctor's house, a heart surgeon. And in that meeting, they said Raja had illegals living in his basement that were running his company. And you laugh, but that's the hatred. And by the way, Raja's Christmas lights were cut because he had an accent and he's Republican.
Yeah.
I'm like, that ain't right, man.
When this is all over, I'm actually looking right now. There's a myriad of Facebook posts about me. I'm not going to point to where they are.
Just read me one. Read me one.
Yeah. I did a debate with Bethany Howland. 2 weeks ago at the, brace yourself, Democratic Committee of Whitehall. They invited me. Our county chair said, "You're walking into the lion's den. Why would you do that?" I go, "You know why? Because Bethany and I actually happen to be friends."
Yeah, I've heard this.
Completely politically opposite from one another. But we went in there. No kidding, Marty. There was maybe 50 plus people. When we were done, there was a line, and they took all my signs.
What?
Right? Well, I share that with you because I posted a photo yesterday of myself standing with a couple of judge candidates.
Yeah, I saw it.
Really good people. Yeah. And the 13th Ward or 14th Ward or whatever lost their mind. This whole community lost their mind.
Why?
Mike is a fascist. Mike is a racist. Mike is a fascist. He's a MAGA Republican. Calling me every name in the book, and it's all false.
I know, Mike, why do it? Mike, why do it? I mean, you got great success.
And then you have people jumping in there who are actually sitting in office. I don't even mention their name because I think they're a stain, saying, "No, we're all about unity, but we need to destroy the Republicans and eliminate them." Wait a minute, where did that come from?
But Mike, hold on though. Why the hell do you do it, man? If you're just going to get your ass kicked like this, I'm serious.
I do. But you know what? You know what gets me going? I go for a walk. I walk my dog. I breathe a little bit. I realize that there is, a few thousand people just painting me for being somebody I'm not. And then, don't respond. Don't. I shouldn't even be talking about it now. But when it's 10:30 at night and I put my daughters to sleep and I pop open the Facebook and all these people are saying these nasty things about me, I write one line. You know what the line I wrote?
No.
Dude in the white dress shirt is damn good looking. That's all that I wrote. That's all that I wrote.
My man.
And I'm sure the really angry liberal people are just losing their mind. My gosh, he's a fascist. He's wearing white. He only likes white people. Now, mind you, I'm looking out on our shop floor here. We have 170 people here, people of all races and genders and creeds and religions.
It's a hell of a business.
But people just, they're angry, Marty. And I can't wait until November 4th passes. I do believe we're going to win because I really want to go to work on this thing.
I'm with you.
The fact that I can stand there with Bethany and actually have a conversation in front of people. I had people coming up to me saying, I'm a Democrat my whole life. I'm going to vote for you. I've never voted for a Republican in my life. If you ask my council colleagues, they'll say the same thing. If you look at any of my Facebook posts, anything that I put out there, it's about restoring civility.
It is.
to politics because people are losing faith. I'll stop after this point. I'm actually holding in my hand. I'm not even going to. I should send it to you. It's a resolution that the county executive's office put out this past week regarding the government shutdown. The first page of the resolution is about, calling on Congress to quickly end the costly and disastrous federal shutdown.
We got to
go. We can all get behind that.
We got to go.
Yeah. But the bottom line is, I'm going to say this. People don't want bipartisanship. I'm going to bring it, and you're going to help me bring it.
My man Mike, let's get that pizza first, man. Bring the robot with you. It'll get us in the front door.
Take care, brother. Thanks for everything.
He's a cool guy.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 48 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Station Square may officially have a new owner in the next month or so. The Pittsburgh Business Times reports Boston-based WS Development is expected to close on buying the complex in the next 30 days. Station Square, whose properties include the Sheraton Station Square Hotel, Highmark Stadium, and the longtime landmark Grand Concourse, spans 52 acres. Recent closures at the site include Hard Rock Cafe and Joe's Crab Shack. U.S. Steel's restarting Battery 14 at its Clairton plant today, more than 2 months after a deadly explosion. U.S. Steel says repair work on the battery is complete and operations can resume. Final safety checks will happen with the startup expected to begin this afternoon. The company says the Allegheny County Health Department has been notified and emissions controls will be monitored. A woman charged with felonies and released twice on non-monetary bail is now behind bars. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has more.
Jefferson Hills police say DNA evidence linked Bailey Loveday to a house burglary in 2023. She was arrested and released in August, but was a no-show for a preliminary hearing. In early October, Allegheny County Sheriff's detectives who arrested Loveday at a convenience store in Pleasant Hills say she put up a struggle and had access to several knives. Loveday was given a new hearing and released again and later failed to appear a second time. Officers who found her on the south side Tuesday night say she refused commands and was arrested after another struggle. Loveday is now in jail and faces additional felony charges. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A Texas woman is charged with theft after removing a political sign from the grounds of Slippery Rock University. SRU police say 18-year-old Grace McGrew stole a Turning Point USA sign from the organization's tent set up on campus. McGrew reportedly told police she took the sign because she believes the organization is destructive to minority communities. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 80 points, the Nasdaq up 179, the S&P 500 up 31 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update is at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Is your house ready for these changing seasons? Did you notice loose shingles, siding, or drafty windows? Is your deck wearing out? Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Deck. Sam and Calvin, they're great. You know how important family is to me. I love this family. The Cousins are talented, they're local, and they're honest. Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks now to get your project scheduled. 989-COUSINS. Check out their work at callthecousins.com. They're amazing.
This October 23rd, join GBU Life and the GBU Foundation for our virtual 2025 Day of Giving. GBU members can nominate a nonprofit, and if you're not a member, any donation gives you the same opportunity to nominate. Your gift puts your nominated nonprofit in the running for one of 4 $10,000 community grants. Visit gbu.org/foundation to give today. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Nominated nonprofits must be IRS recognized 501c3 public charity serving local U.S. communities. Full details at gbu.org/foundation.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Plenty of clouds, breezy and quite cool for the rest of today with a passing shower and a high of 51. Remaining mostly cloudy tonight with a shower, though 38. Clouds and some intervals of sun tomorrow, brisk and chilly. Watch out for a shower, the high in the low 50s. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Lock in amazing fall deals for your new roof with Home Genius Exteriors. Get 50% off roofing materials, plus 0% APR and no payments till 2027. And for a limited time, get free attic insulation. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-U-R-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Roofing Company.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I think it's a simple challenge. Mike hasn't seen one of these houses Sarah promised. And again, I know it's fine that She made this slick little video. She makes cute little videos. Okay. I don't really care. Same with Gainey, that same crap he threw with when he said he'd find 1,500 affordable housing. Let's go, man. Let's go. What are they afraid of? Huh? I don't know. What are they afraid of? The truth, man. She did not put 600 people in houses. She did not. It's not true. It's just not. And her staff listens, and she didn't have to show me. They can show me. Let's go on a walk. Come on. Me and Patrick will meet you anytime, before the show, after the show, whatever you want. Let's go. Show me 60. How about that? Show me 60. She says 600. Show me 10%. Like that bond that crazy woman who's in jail this morning had. 10% of 500. Show me 60. The other thing I did not get to with Mike, he still hasn't been able to see the Schumann Center. That cluster F. With the skylights and the wind chimes. That monstrosity. That joke. Why? Why won't they show it to him? Because it sucks. Hey, if you're afraid of me, you got bigger issues. This crap that Sarah Nemorato's afraid of me, that's just silly. And if she is, she's got the wrong job. She has 6,000 employees in a $2.5 billion budget. Let's go. Someone in the county, have one of your people, some know-it-all, show me the housing. We'll document it. And if I'm wrong, we'll admit it live. Boom. The only thing I ask is you take us on your walk, you show me these houses. She says she has 600. I don't think they have 60. And then I take you on my walk. 2nd Avenue. Huh? Under the bridges. Huh? South Side. Huh? Let's go. Let's do it. I don't see the problem with that. Anybody? What are they afraid of? The truth. All we ever want is the truth. All we ever want from people is honesty and integrity. What Sarah has focused on is pretty videos, giggling. Okay? I cut a lot of videos, but what we show you is ugly. But it's been effective, and it's made a change. And let me say this about that. Another attempt tomorrow will happen between, and we're going to try to get down there and shoot. It's just weird time for my show. So I was given notice a short time ago that tomorrow, hold on, let me get to the notes. That tomorrow, the CEO works team, the works team, I've been told is they're going to try again to clean up 2nd Avenue. Okay? Tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. The CEO will meet us at 8:30 in the morning. The problem for us is our show starts at 10. And so if I get jammed up, it jacks up this entire show. But we might send Patrick down there to shoot video because we want to document them doing what they say they're going to do on 2nd Avenue. Because the last time we went with them and they promised they would clean it up, they came in and they swept around. They swept around the king-size mattresses that are still on the sidewalk today. So they didn't do it. They didn't clean it up. So we will hold them accountable. One more thing, and one of my boys sent me a note. In that video that Sarah showed, did you see the drawings of the houses, the graphics? Huh? Show me houses rather than you shaking people's hands. Show me. Give me a map. Pretend like it's that tour that they take you on in Hollywood of the Stars homes. You don't have to come with me. Send me a map of the 600 homes. They got her holding the damn shovel. Okay. Show me the homes. Show me the 600. The video's great. The lighting on Sarah's great. Her makeup is really nice. Show me the homes. Show me six families that I can interview. Or just give me the addresses. I'll knock on the door. Anyone can make a video. Anyone can say, I created 10,000 homes. Where? What are the addresses? Where do they live? Show me. And then I'll show you. And my frustration with Second Avenue Commons is I have been on Barb Warwick from City Council for 6 months. And she sent me a note this morning. And I like her, by the way. You know why? She responds. She sent me a note this morning. She said this. I've been pressing the county and city to get 2nd Avenue figured out. So here we are, 2 years in, and they still can't figure it out. No one can have a meeting. If Sarah found 600 homes for people, which is not true, why couldn't she find 50 homes for those people that are lying on their backs on roach-infected mattresses on 2nd Avenue? Because she can't, because it's a lie. I get this text at what time? 6:11 this morning. I've been pressing the county and city to get 2nd Avenue figured out. Check this out. They're meeting today. About what? About what? About what? If I was the boss, here's how this would work. Folks, you've had 2 years. You have 2 days. If those mattresses aren't gone and the 20 people laying on them aren't housed, you're all fired. And you can sue us if you want. You can call the NLRB if you want. But you're fired. You have 2 days. You understand me? 2 days. I want the mattresses gone, and I want the homeless folks in housing. You understand me? And I'd have Sarah on the conference call. Hey, Sarah. Yeah. 600 houses. Can you spare 25? If they have housing for 600, then they have housing for 20. And if they don't have housing for 20, what does that tell you about the 600? Bald-faced lie.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back. This week, Moon visits South Fayette.
Presented by Invisalign, Allegheny Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider for high school football. Giant Eagle, Keystone Custom Apparel, and brought to you by the U.S. Navy. Forged by the Sea, Remarkable Auto Works, collision repair and service make your car remarkable. Red Ribbon Soda, Pittsburgh's Pop, First National Bank, and by Noble Environmental.
High school football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129 and take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning too. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com. Save big today.
So, 2 things. My sis Barb is 2.5 years into her battle with pancreatic cancer, and they gave her a year to live. Just saying. She credits the wonderful care at UPMC, and I credit her courage along with that for keeping her alive. And my boy Norm, one of my closest friends, just went through months of chemo, also UPMC, and he credits the staff and the wonderful people there for keeping him alive. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information.
Attention Medicaid patients.
If you're on Medicaid, how would you like if your caretaker was your daughter, your son, your grandchild, or your close friend? If you're on Medicaid, Freedom Care allows you to choose who provides your care, and that caregiver will get paid instantly after their shift. Yes, your caregiver will get paid instantly. This service is available based on Medicaid eligibility. Call 412-960-6205 and ask Freedom Care how to get started with care today. No more worrying about getting care from an aide at an agency. Freedom Care helps you choose who you want to take care of you, and that person gets paid. Medicaid. Call Freedom Care at 412-960-6205. 412-960-6205. To get started today, you get a caregiver you know and trust, and they get paid instantly after their shift, and it's free to you. Start now by calling 412-960-6205. 412-960-6205. Or go to freedomcare.com.
Freedom Care, we're here for you.
Hey folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed. Hey folks, it's Marty. Come celebrate Levin's huge anniversary sale with my friend Robert Levin and his team. Amazing savings, starting up with 80% off clearance and special buys, plus $105 instant anniversary sale discount on purchases of $9.98 or more, and 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Let me repeat, save 20% store-wide, plus $105 instant discount and 5-year special financing. Levin's huge sale.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. President Trump pardoning Changpeng Zhao. He's the founder of the cryptocurrency exchange Binance, convicted to 4 months in prison for allowing money laundering on the exchange. This comes after months of efforts by Zhao to boost the Trump family's own crypto company. Warner Brothers Discovery expects to begin asking would-be bidders for parts of its media empire to sign non-disclosure agreements. Could happen as early as this week as it begins to share sensitive financial data with the likes of Paramount, Skydance, Netflix, and Comcast, all interested in acquiring at least some of the production, streaming, or film and TV library assets of Warner Brothers Discovery. After the White House slapped new sanctions on Russian oil companies, oil prices right now up nearly 6%. That's renewing worries about inflation creeping higher again. Could hinder the Fed's ability to cut rates when it meets next week. And right now, stocks are higher, though. The Dow up just a small fraction, NASDAQ up 0.75%, the S&P up by 1/3. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm still kind of obsessed about that pizza joint. Well, was it J&J or P&P or S&S? Who is it? F&F.
F&F.
Is it Frank and Frank?
It's Frank and Frank.
I'm told that place cost a wheelbarrow full of money to renovate. I'm told they're going to have to sell $50 pizzas for like 15 years to break even. That's what I was told by my boys in the business. I hope they kick ass. People always say another pizza joint. Here's the thing about another pizza joint. If it's good, it'll crush it. It's like hamburgers, man. Everybody says we have too many hamburger joints. Okay. Ask the guys at Moonlit. When they opened up Moonlit Burger, he said, nah, you can never make it. He's on his, 4th location? If you work hard and you do the right thing and you pay your people and you deliver quality, you will kick ass. As an example, I'm getting texts from Ken Zeff, my man. I'll tell you why Ken Zeff is my man. I met him years ago in Gateway 1. They had the Crazy Mocha. Right. Him and his wife, I'm not exaggerating. He works, or at the time, 16 hours a day. I mean this. He almost died from COVID, seriously. And then he had the popcorn. And then he sold all the coffee joints and chilled for a while. And now he's back in, and he has an insane motivation to succeed. And he's does nothing but work hard, pay his people, and deliver quality stuff. Yin's Coffee. Yin's. And he just sent me a text because he's in my man Aaron Stauber. He's in his building. And he's opening this beautiful new store, Yin's. It's Yin's, right? Yin's Coffee? In probably the prettiest building downtown, the Frick Building, in December. Ken Zeff represents everything I love about America and Americans and work ethic and family values. You know what he says? No excuses. You know what he does? He opens stuff up downtown, and he kicks ass downtown, and always has. And if you meet him, he never, ever, ever complains. Ever. Aaron Stauber owns that building. Aaron's a billionaire. Seriously. And you know who he thought of? You know who jumped out at him? Ken Zeff. You know why? Because Ken Zeff kicks ass. The thing about the people that I love, they're all the same. They work their asses off. And they make no excuses. And they don't complain. They get dragged down. They get back up. They get punched in the face. They punch back. They build where no one else will build. They create hope in environments of despair. Downtown, Zeff said, to hell with all the bad news and the crime and the homelessness. I see hope. And now, and Patrick just mentioned this, numbers downtown are looking good. And so Zeff goes to my guy, Aaron Stauber, who owns that Frick Building, and he sent me this note about Aaron. He's such an honorable person. He made that deal happen. Aaron Stauber said, I want this guy's coffee shop in my gorgeous building, and he made it happen. What's my point? They create hope in an environment of hopelessness. They create opportunity where people say there is no opportunity. They take on a business model that no one else wants. Stauber bought the golf building. No one wanted that building. No one. Stauber bought the Oxford Center. No one wanted those buildings. And he put his own money in. The golf tower that Stauber is developing right now, it's going to cost $250, $300 million, and it's Stauber's money. It's his money. It's his ass. You know why? He believes in Pittsburgh. Good for him. Look, I believe in the balance of all of it, the greatness of the opportunity downtown and the despair downtown. We have to point out both, creating both hope and pessimism. That if we don't join together and clean up downtown, it will not thrive. And then you balance it with the greatness of guys like Ken Zeff and Aaron Stauber. And you talk about, okay, all right, Yin's Coffee coming in December. We'll be there live. Stauber is having a major big-time party at Oxford Center with a big art opening to draw attention. He's going to make that Oxford Center into a place where you can live and work and eat and play, and dumping tens of millions of dollars into it, his own money. And he's a New Yorker who lives in Florida. He's a billionaire who doesn't have to give a damn about Pittsburgh, but loves it. He does, man. He owns 20 buildings downtown. 20. He's got a lot invested. As long as we have men like Ken and Stauber, we'll be okay. Because they tell the truth. They'll show me their buildings. Sarah and Murado, nice video. You know what they say about that video? All sizzle, no steak. That's what they say, and that's a fact. Sarah, prove me wrong. Let's go. Let's go. Prove me wrong. Make me out to be the fool that you think I am. Please.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Check this out. Hofstadt's Oakmont, one of my boy JK spots, has the Thanksgiving dinner for you. Dinner for 6. They make it. Orders have to be in by November 4th. everything, salad, turkey, all the meat, stuffing, gravy, and dessert right there. Don't worry. Instructions for reheating included. Give thanks and eat good food from Hofstadt's. Hofstadt's rocks. JK won't mind if you tell your family you cooked it yourself. Hofstadt's Thanksgiving. Check it out. Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. You're going to get help here. What's stopping people from filing bankruptcy? My friend Harold Shepley has the answer.
So many times people, they want to pick up the phone. They know they need help, but they're afraid of losing their car, afraid of losing their house. They're worried about their credit, or they're just simply embarrassed. And bankruptcy helps you keep those things. We can get your credit back in just a few short months. And believe it or not, about half of your friends have already filed bankruptcy.
Check them out at ShepleyLaw.com. So, Carlos is my man with Greater Pitt Tree Service. This is the kind of work they do. Woman with a beautiful home in Squirrel Hill sends me this note just yesterday. Marty, Greater Pitt Tree Service, working hard at my house, making my trees look pretty. Not sure, but at least 6 trucks showed up, and I said, guys, I have 3 trees, not a forest. It's that kind of company. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 48 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. U.S. Senator John Fetterman continues to break with Democrats over the federal government shutdown, mostly due to stoppages in programs like SNAP and when it comes to the Affordable Care Act.
You know, I want to extend these tax credits and make health insurance more affordable, but I also refuse to vote to suspend SNAP for millions of Pennsylvanians in my state.
In an interview on Fox News last night, Fetterman said he's not afraid to tell his truth.
And if I'm going to pay a penalty, I'm not afraid of that. It's wrong to shut our government down. And then if I lose some support within the base, well, I'm going to be honest, and I'll be the Democrat that refused to lie to the base.
Fetterman, one of the 2 Democrats voting to keep the government open, called the shutdown a failure in a post. Battery 14 at the Clairton Coke Works will be restarted tomorrow. The battery has been on hot idle, meaning it's heated but not active production, while investigators look for damage from the August 11th explosion that killed 2 workers. The battery will come online following final safety checks and equipment evaluation. Both an internal and third-party investigation produced the same preliminary findings that the valve was being cleaned with high-pressure water, weakened it, allowing coke gas to escape. A woman charged with felonies and released twice on non-monetary bail is now behind bars. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
Jefferson Hills police say DNA evidence linked Bailey Loveday to a house burglary in 2023.
She was arrested and released in August, but was a no-show for a preliminary hearing. In early October, Allegheny County Sheriff's detectives who arrested Loveday at a convenience store in Pleasant Hills say she put up a struggle and had access to several knives. Loveday was given a new hearing and released again and later failed to appear a second time. Officers who found her on the South Side Tuesday night say she refused commands and was arrested after another struggle. Loveday is now in jail and faces additional felony charges. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A bill that would require Pennsylvania schools to alert parents and staff about weapons on campus is now on Governor Josh Shapiro's desk. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has the details.
Under the measure, schools would have to notify parents, guardians, and employees within 24 hours if a weapon is brought onto school grounds, to a school event, or on transportation. Current law already requires schools to alert police and the State Department of Education, but this bill adds families and staff to that list. Senate Bill 246 passed both chambers with broad bipartisan support, though a few Democrats, including Senators Lindsey Williams and Amanda Capoletti, voted no, citing concerns about unnecessary fear among parents. The bill sponsors say it's about transparency and safety. Governor Shapiro hasn't said whether he'll sign it. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 119 points, the Nasdaq up 182, the S&P 500 is up 34 points. KDK Sports, Penguins back in action tonight. We'll host the Florida Panthers at PPG Paints Arena. Puck drop set for 7 o'clock. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Right now it's cloudy and 48 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Feeling it yet, Pittsburgh? The chill is in the air. The gray skies are on the way. This year, make winter an adventure for a change. Escape to the warm sand beaches of St. Thomas and the Florida Keys, or hit the fresh ski slopes at Deep Creek Lake. Whether you're chasing the sun or the snow, SWAC Vacation Rentals has the perfect place for your crew. Don't just get through winter, make it unforgettable. Book your getaway at SWAC, SWACK, vacations.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Breezy and rather chilly for the rest of today, with plenty of clouds and a passing shower with a high reaching 51. Mostly cloudy tonight with the risk of a shower, though 38. Clouds and some sun at times tomorrow. A chilly breeze, even a shower, the high in the low 50s. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin, Chief Investment Officer of Botkin Family Wealth Management. After I finished my service in the Marine Corps in 2006, I joined the trainee program of a Wall Street brokerage. I'll admit, those were some of the unhappiest days of my life. The financial crisis was dawning, and I was trying to survive a cutthroat environment that included cold calling on speakerphone in a room of my peers while markets plummeted and my firm raised their fees. After 8 years, Dad, Sarah, and I took a risk. We walked away from the relentless corporate mandates and opened the doors to our family-owned firm where we could put our clients' needs first. Best decision we ever made. Firms turn over all the time. Advisors turn over. We don't. We're headquartered in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We live here and we work here in the building that we bought together. We take pride in offering personalized, caring service to our clients. It's our family helping your family. Find out more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Picture this. You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay and it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So there's a disturbing trend happening across the country that you might not pay attention to because we're caught up in the tearing down of the East Wing of the White House. I'm so sick of that story. Ugh. Just debating whether or not they should do it is getting old. So there's a couple things happening. This is from The Guardian. Car repossessions surge, their highest level since 2009. How about that? They're up almost 20%, which is amazing. And why is that? Well, people can't pay their car payment. The average payment is $770, which is insane, quite frankly. Then there's this. A 4 million homes right now, shortage, because people can't buy homes. And then there's this. There's this kind of this compilation of things that is disconcerting. With the furloughs, about 850,000 federal employees. And then add to that, layoffs across the United States right now. Highest level since 2020. 2020. What's my point? It's getting kind of stressful out there. It just is. And it creates anxiety and tension. And I have become good friends with Harold Shepley. Quite frankly, I find his information to be pragmatic and valuable in a time where a lot of folks are wondering what the hell's going to happen to them, their house, their money, their car. He he has this old-fashioned way of saying, all right, here's a plan. Stick to the plan. Don't freak out. Harold, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
There are several things converging here, sir, that create what I would describe as angst across the American economy. Would you not agree, sir?
Oh, absolutely. People are getting attacked from every angle right now.
And what do you, Harold, by the way, he's the guru in terms of debt relief. I'm so glad we have him on our team because this becomes a big deal for us and our listeners. What's the vibe you're getting from the people that need your help, sir? What's striking them the hardest right now?
Oh, well, it's all across the board. I just talked to a gentleman yesterday. He had worked a very stable job for the last 20 years, and suddenly he and all of his coworkers are out of work.
Whoa.
And it's simply because the job he was performing, it's being undercut from imports from China.
Oh.
And the entire industry was just suddenly, or his entire business was suddenly gone.
Wow. And what's he trying to do, Harold? Avoid bankruptcy? Stay out of it? What's he trying to do? Is he gone? We lost him. We're having technical difficulties with this. Hopefully he calls back. I sent you, I think I sent you his number. I will, is he back? Harold, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I lost you.
Stuff happens, brother. So when a guy calls you, I lost my job, I'm concerned about my future, is he headed toward bankruptcy? You trying to save him from it? What's the plan?
Well, first of all, we need to take an inventory of just how bad their situation is. So we want to make sure, what are you paying for gas, groceries, what other income's coming in? Because sometimes there's multiple income streams coming into a household. So if we can help people stay out of bankruptcy by just negotiating your debt, setting up a lower payment for them, by all means, we're going to do that. But if they're too far gone, the idea is to file bankruptcy because we want to protect their home, we want to protect their house, we want to protect, their investments, everything they've worked so hard for.
I had to call you about this because this is happening in my own life. Not my house, but someone very close to our family. They're older, and they have a bunch of debt, like wacky credit card debt. And they got into this phone call situation, Harold, where they signed up with this quote-unquote debt relief agency. This is crazy, Harold. It was one of those 1-800 idiots. And my wife gets involved and starts drilling down. And this family had been paying, I'm not kidding, Harold, $900 a month on a credit card debt, and nothing about the balance has changed. Nothing. They were sucking money out of these folks, scammed them into believing they were going to do debt relief. And then they told them, oh, and by the way, This credit card is with Citibank, and they probably won't forgive your debt. How the hell do people buy into that, and how do they avoid that, sir? What are we doing here? Harold.
There's some lag issues.
Okay.
But no, I understood what you're saying. I faced that a lot. There's a number of, literally, I'm going to actually say 8 to 10 people per week, 8 to 10 people every week have been with what I call one of these fly-by-night companies.
Yes.
And some of them are quite large.
Yes.
But the problem is they're not law firms.
Nope.
So when you get sued, you are on your own. Or they say now you have to pay some outrageous amount that you can't pay. A lot of times, yeah, they try to settle your debt, but the problem is instead of attacking each debt, they set up payment plans, small payment plans on each one, just so they can get their fees. So I have a lot of problems with these various, again, fly-by-night companies. They don't have a teeth that, well, a firm like my law firm has.
So hold on. Check this out. To your point. So they lied and said they were a law firm. This is a true story, Harold. My wife started drilling down on this. She was on the phone for an hour and a half, and they finally admitted, no, we're not a law firm. And this is ridiculous, Harold, and scary, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And that's where you need to go to the Attorney General's office, not the Better Business Bureau. You go to the Attorney General's office. You can put forth a free complaint. Anyone can do it. And, you know, even if you don't get your money back, hopefully you would, but at least you can stop someone else from being taken advantage of.
So how the hell do people get sucked into that and warn them against it, Harold?
Well, everyone gets sucked into it because we have in our minds that, you know, you don't want to file bankruptcy. The worst thing you could possibly do is file bankruptcy. So you want to do anything you possibly can. You grab for any straw you can, not to file bankruptcy, when a bankruptcy might be exactly what you need to help you get back on your feet.
Plus, Harold, why do people buy into these fake law firms and they don't even know who they are? Shouldn't they do some due diligence, my man?
Well, you would like to think so, but for as much technology and as easy as it is, you know, people just don't do some of the due diligence, you know. They should, but they don't.
Now, not only do they still have this massive credit card debt, this particular family, but they paid this friggin' fake law firm $6,000, and nothing changed, Harold, about their debt. I mean, it's sickening, man. Sickening. Scammed, right? Crazy. Unbelievably crazy. I don't know what people are supposed to do, but you can't trust any of it, can you, Harold? We lost him again. Let's take a break.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
So, in the time I've known Bob Tootie, his company, Tootie Mechanical, has put 400 free furnaces in homes. I'm serious. That's where they begin at Tootie Mechanical. Known Bob since high school. He's been that way since high school. The best service, the biggest heart, the greatest facilities and equipment, they use it there. Tootie Mechanical. It's an amazing place. All about family and helping. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Hey, construction pros, your team at Foundation Software is here. What's something you never want to be told? You're over budget. Get your projects back on track with Foundation Construction Accounting Software. For more than 40 years, contractors have chosen Foundation to improve job costing, reporting, payroll, and more with one complete platform. Don't let overruns ruin your bottom line. Visit FoundationSoft.com. That's FoundationSoft.com. FoundationSoft.com.
Spirits are up in Latrobe. We're excited to announce the strong Orlando schedule out of Latrobe. That's right, Orlando is number one. Fly out of Latrobe. Easy drive. Park for free. Book now for your Orlando excursion. Be part of the top destination out of Latrobe.
So, John Perry, a Perry Calder law firm. John and I go back about 30 years. John says AI at their firm is attorney intelligence. Highly trained attorneys. Trained doctors that investigate their cases. Some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania history. Perry Calder. 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200, where AI is attorney intelligence. Believe it. Perry Calder, the best.
Open enrollment is here until December 7th. Will your doctors remain in network? Get free personalized Medicare plan comparisons from locally owned Need Part C right now. Top national and regional carriers. Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be with Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So we're in deep with this family that had, I'm serious, they have 9 credit cards, some of them with a debt of $40,000 plus, and they signed up with, from some 1-800 crap call lie, some faux law firm in Florida, this is a true story, and started paying them $900 a month. Well, then we start drilling down on it, they're not a law firm, and they've paid them $6,000, and nothing about the balance on the credit card changed. And Harold Shepley, I had to reach out to him because he's the man. That's illegal, and that's fraud, isn't it, Harold? But people get sucked into this every day, don't they, sir?
Absolutely, they do. And you know, if you're going to work with a debt consolidation firm, it needs to be a law firm, and it needs to be in your state. Because even if they're attorneys in a different state, if they're not licensed, for instance, here in Pennsylvania, then they can't represent someone in Pennsylvania legally. And that's where you need the muscle to negotiate with the creditors.
And what happens, my man, is people panic, and then they hear this crap lie story, and they just sign up, right?
They do. Because, again, they don't want to file bankruptcy, and they want to try to reach for any straw out there to prevent that.
And then try and sue them, get in line. I mean, get the AG in Florida to go after them, but at the end of the day, it takes a couple years, and you still end up with a problem. Do you not, sir?
Right. You may never end up with anything. But I think it's important for people to stand up anytime they've been taken advantage of. Because once again, it's not just about you. It's about your fellow man. And, you know, you don't want someone else to get scammed either.
No. Harold Shepley, ShepleyLaw.com. So, my man, throw us a couple of bones from someone sitting out there with all this credit card debt, and they're getting bombarded by these faux collection agencies, and they're thinking about signing. Give us a couple of tips, sir, please, some advice.
Well, you just mentioned one other thing you need to be aware of, and that's false collection companies. Because I've started running into that some more, too, where there's just someone got some of your information, and now they're trying to collect, and they're not a real debt collection company. So you need to be careful of that as well. So if you can't get anything in writing, then it's not for real. You know, so you're obviously negotiating with the wrong or talking to the wrong person if they're not willing to put it in writing for you. As for getting yourself on track, you know, people make some mistakes in the fact that it's great to put money in your IRA or 401k, and while I promote that, that it doesn't make a lot of sense to be making 5 or 10% on your money if you're lucky enough to do that, when you're paying out 29 or 30% on your credit card.
Hold on. That's why I love him. I have said this for 30 friggin' years. So, you are getting a payback of like 3 to 5% on some savings plan you have, and you have credit card debt, and Harold was right, credit, it can be as high as 30%. Why are you doing this? Right, Harold? Right?
Yeah. So literally, you're going backwards every month. And the problem is it's actually compounded interest. You're going back compoundedly. So you need to get the debt out of the way first. Then you start doing your serious investing.
ShelbyLaw.com. My man, great advice, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely.
It's tough. It's very stressful. And what happens is people are ashamed. And so they kind of, first what they try to do is they shuffle the deck chairs in the Titanic. And what I mean, they'll get another credit card to supplement the other credit card. In this particular case I'm referring to, they have 9 credit cards. They're all maxed out, and they can't use any of them. I'm serious. And they sign up with a credit, this idiotic collection agency that lied to them, and that increased the pressure in the debt. It's a downward spiral. The only thing I suggest is, and by the way, this happens to senior citizens more than anyone because they trust people. It's just the truth. And because they're afraid to tell family members, and because they're afraid to talk about it because they're ashamed. So they reach out, some idiot from some fake faux law firm calls them and says, we'll fix that. And they sign up, and the mound of crap gets deeper. And I want to point this stuff out with Harold because, first of all, he's my man. He's been very successful with this. And second, because there's signs of more of this happening, more car repossessions, as I mentioned, in the last 6 years, more layoffs than we've seen. How many repos? What did it say about the repos? The highest number since 2009. Wow. And then in terms of layoffs, the highest number, and I just saw that too. Car repossessions, highest level since 2009. An estimated 1.8 million cars repoed. 1.8. It's insane. And then, as I mentioned with Harold, in the piece that I sent him that came from CBS, layoffs across America, highest level since 2020. So what happens is you have crazy debt, car debt, credit card debt, and then you get laid off. And then the walls start closing in. Then you blow through your savings, and here you sit, and you start to wig out, and you make bad decisions. Before you do that, reach out to an attorney that you trust. Don't take calls from telemarketers. I say this all the time. I find the biggest, most naive group, really young people and really old people. It's just the truth. And both ends of that are getting scammed and screwed. And the truth is, if you get scammed, I don't care if it's a contractor, I don't care if it's a bad car deal, bad home loan, credit cards. Once the money's gone, it's really hard to get it back. It's either overseas, it's out of state, or in the case of contractors, 97% of them are broke. And even if you win, you lose. And I like the Attorney General's office, and they're good people, and they work hard, but generally, they don't get anyone's money back. And the truth is that I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than come on, don't take phone calls from strangers and talk to a real lawyer, not a fake law firm, please. And ask your family members for advice before you sign up with any of these fake companies, please.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your traffic. So get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Save 77% on NordVPN and get 3 extra months.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Is your house ready for these changing seasons? Did you notice loose shingles, siding, or drafty windows? Is your deck wearing out? Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Deck. Sam and Calvin, they're great. You know how important family is to me. I love this family. The Cousins are talented, they're local, and they're honest. Call Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks now to get your project scheduled. 989-COUSINS. Check out their work at callthecousins.com. They're amazing.
Gather up the season's best savings all month long during the Jim Shorkey Kia North Huntington and Wexford Harvest the Savings event.
Lease a new 2026 Kia Sportage for just $199 a month for 24 months or finance for 1.99% APR for 60 months.
Don't wait. The road to fall savings starts here. Your deal, your way. What a great day at Jim Shorkey Kia in North Huntington and in Wexford.
Visit us during the Kia Fall Savings event or call 609-735-6849 for offer details.
The joy of pets is immeasurable, but the odors that come with that joy, not so much. Knock out those unwelcome odors with Knockout. Knockout is a safe, multi-purpose cleaner that eliminates odors from pets, trash, cooking, and smoke. Just spray and walk away. This heavyweight odor eliminator is non-corrosive, hypoallergenic, and safe for people and pets. Pick up a bottle of Knockout at participating True Value hardware stores or online at disinfectwithsniper.com.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 48 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. The Penguins have let their development rights for the Lower Hill expire, leaving the future of the project up in the air. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
The Penguins development arm, Pittsburgh Arena Real Estate, has let its option to build on the rest of the Lower Hill expire, returning control of the land to the city's redevelopment authorities. The Sports and Exhibition Authority and Urban Redevelopment Authority say they'll now reassess the project through a transparent public process. The $230 million F&B Financial Center is complete, and a 4,000-seat entertainment venue is underway. But much of the 28-acre site remains vacant. In a statement released to KDKA Radio, Mayor Ed Gainey called the expiration an enormous opportunity to reset the project and ensure redevelopment repairs historic harm and promotes equitable growth that rejects gentrification. The Penguins say they plan to remain engaged as partners in shaping the next phase of the site's future. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
State lawmakers are considering legislation that would ban children under the age of 16 from using e-scooters on a street. News Radio KDKA's David Bolorado has more on Abby's Law.
It's named after Abby Gillen, a Delaware County girl who was killed and whose friend was severely injured while riding their e-scooters out of a parking lot and then ran into a car. The measure would mirror laws concerning pedal bikes. State Senator Tim Kearney of Delaware County says in addition to barring kids from under 16 from using them on the street,
it would require anybody 16 to 18 to be wearing a helmet when they're operating them. They would limit the speed to 20 miles an hour.
A violation would be a summary offense. The measure would also instruct PennDOT to add a question on the driver's exam on how to interact with scooters from a driver's perspective. David Bolorado, News Radio KDKA.
Hundreds of people across the Pittsburgh area are expected to receive free medical, dental, and vision and hearing care this weekend, all thanks to Mission of Mercy Pittsburgh. The annual event will transform the David L. Lawrence Convention Center into a massive pop-up clinic, one that's giving hope and health to those who need it most, says Mission of Mercy Events Administrative Director Keith Young.
They see the person walking out with gauze in their mouth that had 6-10 teeth pulled, and the smile that's on their face because they're out of pain for the first time in months. The person that has the hearing aids that hasn't heard for a long time and they can hear now. Kids that have glasses that can see the board now.
Young credits the hundreds of volunteers and medical professionals who make the free clinic a reality each and every year. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 107 points. The Nasdaq up 186. The S&P 500 is up 35 points. KDKA Radio News Times 132. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. TNC Supply. And app only.
You know where I'm headed this weekend? Diamonds Direct. And I'll tell you, there's a couple things happening. Number one, they got this designer there this weekend, this really cool designer, Simon G. It's this exclusive showcase at Diamonds Direct. Number two, I mentioned this before, but really the deal is my daughter's about to turn 21, and I promised her that we would get her something special from Diamonds Direct. And that's the cool thing about, first of all, this Simon G stuff. It's there Friday and Saturday. We're definitely taking a look at that, right? It's iconic engagement ring stuff, fashion-forward jewelry stuff, world-class designer, Friday and Saturday only. And you got to make sure you get there and check it out. Number two, it's the personal touches. When you get there, they treat you like family. They give you a drink, they sit you down, and they tell you flat out, we got stuff here from $500 to $500,000. Diamonds Direct offers that kind of opportunity, that kind of selection. It's magnificent. Diamonds Direct, right there on McKnight Road, right there at the entrance to the Ross Park Mall. Diamonds Direct.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be mostly cloudy, breezy, and quite cool with a passing shower and a high of 51. Mostly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower, though 38. Clouds break for some sun tomorrow, brisk and chilly. Still a risk of a shower, the high in the low 50s. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join the Big K Morning Show team, 5:30 until 10, getting you ready for the weekend, what's happening in a preview of Friday Night Lights and the game of the week.
Kind of clear about what happened with the Michael Keaton thing that screw up on the plaque, the Walk of Shame, as it's being called now. Someone misspelled the version of Michael on the plaque. They flipped the two letters A-E instead of E-A, whatever. Kind of sucks, but, mistakes happen. I saw some of the speculation in the papers. I heard it on local media. Here's the deal. At least 100 people saw that. Matthews is a great company. They didn't see it. It's real small print. And people get busy. Stuff happens. And David Johnson's wife, the TV anchor, she kind of managed this whole thing. She's kind of the idea person. She was all upset and crying and stuff. I kind of sort of get that, but I don't. I feel bad for her Because, again, stuff happens. Quite frankly, it gives them more publicity. It made national news. There's a buzz about it. I guess it makes them look kind of stupid, but I don't believe that stuff. People make mistakes, man. Honestly. Did you ever randomly just do something stupid? I have at least 6 times a day. At least. I just do. Sometimes you look around for someone to blame and there isn't anyone to blame because you did it. And in this case, so whoever made the sketch, the initial artwork, I don't know how they make bronzes, but whoever made the initial bronze, whoever proofed it, then they handed it over to the big shots, the muckety mucks there, whoever ran this project. And they didn't see it, then they installed it, and here we are. That's fine. But here's the plan. And I know this because my boys are right in the middle of fixing it. And my man from Rome Monuments, who's the greatest ever, John Gigardi, will be there Monday, is what I'm told, to fix this. How will they do that? They have 2 different plans. Apparently, they're finishing up the plaque. Apparently, they're going to have this plaque ready by Monday. That's what I was told, Matthews. And then my boy, John, will step in, who's a master and a wonderful, wonderful man. And he's going to fix this. Now, here's the big issue. What could happen? Because they were worried some idiot would steal this, and by the way, they probably would try, right, Patrick? As you know, idiots are idiots. Hey, let's go down the strip and steal that star. So they have to make sure it's in there, and it's in there, and it's in granite. They're going to try to get it out of there without breaking the granite. They don't know if they can. They just don't. If they can get it out of there without breaking the granite, they'll do that. If they can't, they'll break it and take it and remake it, which will take more time and more money, and that's where the nightmare continues. And the truth is, stuff happens. And have you ever done something really stupid that you regret and then you fix it and you move on? That's what I'd suggest you do here. Got them a lot of press, a lot of conversations. It made Matthews look bad, but they're a hell of a company. They do great work. In fact, Patrick, what's the name of the memorial that they fixed for us? Right there on the water.
The Fallen Law Enforcement Officers Memorial.
And a bunch of the plaques were screwed up.
Yeah, a lot of the letters, the bronze letters, had fallen off the wall or been stolen or a combination of things. And they replaced and restored the ones that were there, and it looks beautiful.
For pennies. For pennies. They did that for us. And
amazing work.
Huh?
Amazing work they did, too.
Amazing. It literally, it would have been like 10, 15,000. They did it for like $700. Some crazy number. And John Gigardi did it because I love the man from Rome. He did it for nothing. He's a wonderful man. Man, these Eagle Scouts pointed out this cemetery, this is the truth, in Penn Hills, where all this, you remember that?
Yep.
Where all the stones were busted and the monuments were busted. My man, John Gigardi from Rome, went out there with us and fixed all of it for free. He's an amazing guy. He's a legend. His family is amazing. He's really tight with Pratt. And Pratt's known him for, 30 years. But I'll tell you right now, he's never said no. And they're calling in the guru because he's the guru to fix this. And my guess is it will be done Monday. They'll be working on it Monday. And we'll find out Monday. All right? All right. So as my man John just said, who just texted me, he said, like Grandma used to say, that's why pencils have erasers. People make mistakes. Right on. Here's how I react to these things. And my father used to do the same thing. I drop an F-bomb. And then I stomp around, and then I exhale, and then I calm down, and then we fix the problem and move on. And that's the way it is. I don't judge. I'm not saying anyone should be fired or demoted or ashamed, and because it happens. And the truth is, no one was hurt, and they're fixing it. All right, we have a little breaking news, and I'm verifying this right now. My man Jim just texted me. So this woman, we had her on, we had Krause on talking about her, and Klingensmith on talking about her. This crazy woman, Bailey Loveday. Remember, Krause said there was a $500 bond with 10% down so she could get out of jail for $50. Check this out. According to Jim Klingensmith, apparently it's on the it's already registered. My man Ed Borkowski, who's a fantastic judge, he was an amazing attorney. He just stepped in and denied her bail. Ha! You go, Ed. Oh, that's Jim. Jimbo, good stuff, man. What happened?
Yeah. How about that?
Lay it out. What happened? What happened?
So I just got a couple quick calls. It was like real quick and said that Judge Eddie Borkowski stepped in and denied her bail and she ain't going nowhere. How about that?
And she was.
Yeah, he's always great judge. You know, he's always been on.
Love him.
He's a great judge.
Love him.
I love him.
He was a great prosecutor at the DA's office.
Oh my God, he was a rock star.
Yeah.
He was getting it done back then.
Yeah.
You know.
He's real laid back too.
Love him.
He hates
great guy,
attention.
man.
So he must have heard. Huh? He must have heard that she was going to walk, right?
Something went down the pipeline. I don't know how it actually ended up getting there, but I just got 3 quick phone calls right now.
So she's not going anywhere.
That's what I understand. Is that Judge Eddie Borkowski denied her getting released on that ridiculous bail. Judge Eddie Borkowski is a fantastic judge.
He's the man.
He knows exactly what he saw,
yep.
And he's the greatest.
Thanks, my man. You're the best.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there is some justice. So there are victories. Chip away at it, folks. Truth to power.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Is it just me, or has watching television gotten way more complicated than it used to be? There are a million different services, lots of stuff you want to watch but can never find, and don't get me started on the bills. Well, thankfully there's Philo, a better way to TV. For as low as $33 a month, I get the channels I love, MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it, plus everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They've added access to HBO Max Basic with ads plan and Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part? There are no contracts, no surprise fees, and just one low price. And their DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. That's a total game changer. I signed up directly at philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv, so I could lock in the best price around. Philo's the easiest decision I've ever made. Now the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next.
Attention Medicaid patients.
If you're on Medicaid, how would you like if your caretaker was your daughter, your son, your grandchild, or your close friend? If you're on Medicaid, Freedom Care allows you to choose who provides your care, and that caregiver will get paid instantly after their shift. Yes, your caregiver will get paid instantly. This service is available based on Medicaid eligibility. Call 412-960-6205 and ask Freedom Care how to get started with care today. No more worrying about getting care from an aide at an agency. Freedom Care helps you choose who you want to take care of you, and that person gets paid. Call Freedom Care at 412-960-6205. 412-960-6205 to get started today. You get a caregiver you know and trust, and they get paid instantly after their shift, and it's free to you. Start now by calling 412-960-6205. 412-960-6205 or go to freedomcare.com.
Freedom Care, we're here for you.
If
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Marty. Look, folks, you know fall is the perfect season to tackle those home improvement projects before this weather turns cold, and it will. If your windows are old and drafty, inefficient, you need new ones, come on, folks. Universal Windows Direct. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit, 0% financing for 3 years. That is amazing. And you get $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. This is the show where your money is not scary. It's a show that's all about you. It's your questions that make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money, and more importantly, on your life. Listen and follow Jill on Money on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Looking for an adventure getaway? AAA presents a snowmobile adventure in Jackson and Yellowstone National Park. Enjoy a 5-night stay and 3 full days of guided snowmobiling with gear, winter suit, boots, helmet, and gloves all included. Plus a free day to explore your way, cross-country or downhill skiing, dog sledding, more snowmobiling, and more. Winter is the best time for adventure experiences in Wyoming. Don't miss it. Visit your local AAA office or call 1-800-354-8761 today. And
now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. The deadline for the Pittsburgh Arena Real Estate Development LP, an affiliate of the Pittsburgh Penguins, to extend its option for the development rights for the remaining lots in the Lower Hill has passed, with the team acknowledging that it's allowed it to expire without action, leaving an open question of what's next and who the developer might be for the more than 20 acres of open lots. The City County Sports and Exhibition Authority, which owns the 28-acre former Civic Arena site, and the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh, owner of an adjacent site of around 12 acres and part of the larger plan, issued a joint statement Thursday morning confirming the option has not been extended by the Penguins. Also, with the complex now cleared of any receivership, legal entanglements, and a host of new vacancies opening up in the last year, Station Square may officially have a new owner in the next month or so. WS Development, the Boston firm with a track record and portfolio of urban mixed-use projects, is expected to close on buying Station Square in the next 30 days, according to sources familiar with the company's plans. An official for WS Development did not respond for comment, and a spokesman for the current owner, Brockfield Properties, declined to comment. But sources indicate the executives for WS Development have been meeting with tenants of Station Square as it works to formulate its plans for the property. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Bum, bum. think I'm going to have to go with a Friday night pizza on Thursday. Try and get into F&F. I am now obsessed. I'll be texting my son here in a minute. Vince, F&F pizza. Mount Lebanon, Beverly Road, soft opening. Because tomorrow it'll be packed. There'll be a line down the street. I know you folks don't care, but I love pizza and I like new joints. And we always do Friday night pizza night, but why not Thursday night? Yeah. F&F, here we come. It's supposed to be like, it's voted best pizza in New York, and there's like 700,000 pizza joints in New York. How about that? F&F. Check it out. No, it says temporarily closed. I wonder if that means they're not open tonight. Soft opening. That means they're testing out the ovens. Huh. I want to play this clip about the East Wing. This is what aggravates me about government. Thanks, my man.
As construction crews continue to tear down the East Wing of the White House.
Nobody's actually seen anything quite like it. I think it'll be one of the great ballrooms anywhere in the world.
President Trump showed off the plan.
It's really an honor to add that great ballroom to the structures in Washington. It's going to be one of the great ballrooms of the world, and I think it's going to be something you're all going to be very proud of.
The 90,000 square foot ballroom, once finished, will be nearly double the size of the main White House building. The demolition has taken many by surprise after Trump said this in July.
It won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. It's my favorite.
The First Lady's office has already been demolished. A family theater and a gift shop will also be flattened. In a new letter to the Trump administration, the National Trust for Historic Preservation wrote that the addition will overwhelm the White House itself and urged officials to pause the demolition until the plans have been reviewed by the National Capital Planning Commission, which approves plans for federal buildings. Brian Green was a commissioner until July.
This is part of our heritage. This is part of our story as Americans. And we deserve to have that conversation about its fate and what happens to it.
Tourists we spoke with on site were torn over the president's project.
All right, dump out of that. It's a desecration. And then I want to play these two clips of folks that kind of get it. Because this is how I feel. Just play them in whatever you want, my man. Go ahead.
What about just uprooting this is an iconic building?
Manu, I will just say this. I made this point yesterday, that I hear all of a sudden from my liberal friends that they're very concerned about our history. Really, these are the same people who tore down every statue they could get their hands on in the last 4 years. Christopher Columbus, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt. They didn't have any concern for history then. Now all of a sudden, like, the facade of the East Wing is iconic. Oh, give me a break. I mean, give me a break.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Go ahead, buddy. One more.
Just changing this topic slightly, I see you've got the
model
of the White House and the ballroom. Many people were surprised the entire East Wing is being demolished because you had said initially that the ballroom would just touch or would not.
Well,
touch
certain
it.
areas
What
are being
happened?
certain areas are being left. We determined that after really a tremendous amount of study with some of the best architects in the world, we determined that really knocking it down, trying to use a little section. You know, the East Wing was not much. There was not much left from the original. It was
That's fine.
Over the course
buddy.
of...
So what's my point? I don't really give a crap what they do. I care about 800,000 furloughed employees. I care about hundreds of thousands of people losing their benefits. I care about the fact that the small brains in D.C. and Harrisburg can't do their damn job. I don't care what Trump does with other people's money to remodel the White House. I was in it a couple times. It's old. It's small. Good for him. I could care less. This is not the national debate we need to have. The debate that we need to have is car loans, foreclosure rates exploding. Folks don't have jobs. Folks can't buy houses. Folks can't afford food. I could give a damn about their damn ballroom. How about that? But they want us to yell about that crap so we don't look at what really matters. Just saying.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Have some exterior home improvement problems and just don't know who to call? Call PJ Fitzpatrick to diagnose and fix your problems. PJ will come to your home with a complete shop on their truck, and they can fix it all on the same day. Poorly sealed windows, overflowing gutters, rotted trim, and leaking roofs. This is the time to call the home repair experts at PJ Fitzpatrick. No job too big or too small. Visit them at trustpj.com. With over 45 years of experience, they'll fix it right the first time. Visit trustpj.com and stay off the ladders.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Come celebrate Levin's huge anniversary sale with my friend Robert Levin and his team. Amazing savings, starting up with 80% off clearance and special buys, plus $105 instant anniversary sale discount on purchases of $9.98 or more, and 5-year special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Let me repeat, save 20% store-wide, plus $105 instant discount and 5-year special financing. Levin's huge sale. Just got off the phone with Mark Serrao, the man himself, Oakmont Bakery. Mark, want to make sure you know it is pumpkin time. Oakmont Bakery. Pumpkin cheesecakes, bagels, donuts, cookies, pies, cupcakes, scones, cake rolls, coffee drinks, the flavors of fall, folks. Love me some pumpkin stuff. At Oakmont Bakery, they do it right, where everything is delicious.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 48 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. U.S. Senator John Fetterman continues to break with Democrats over the federal government shutdown, mostly due to stoppages in programs like SNAP and when it comes to the Affordable Care Act.
You know, I want to extend these tax credits and make health insurance more affordable, but I also refuse to vote to suspend SNAP for millions of Pennsylvanians in my state.
In an interview on Fox News last night, Fetterman said he's not afraid to tell his truth.
And if I'm going to pay a penalty, I'm not afraid of that. It's wrong to shut our government down. And then if I lose some support within the base, well, I'm going to be honest. And I'll be the Democrat that refused to lie to the base.
Fetterman, one of the two Democrats voting to keep the government open, called the shutdown a failure in a post on X. People who receive SNAP benefits in Pennsylvania are being warned about a new scam. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
The state's Department of Human Services say scammers are calling recipients and claiming their benefits are on hold, but officials say those calls are fake. DHS says scammers are using multiple phone numbers to trick SNAP recipients into giving out their personal information, including their PINs. Officials say it's a scam, and anyone who gets one of these calls should report it to the agency's fraud tip line. The warning comes as SNAP payments are on hold during the ongoing federal government shutdown. Recipients who need immediate food assistance can call 211 or visit Feeding Pennsylvania or PA Navigate online. The department says it will contact recipients directly once benefits resume. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
U.S. Steel is restarting Battery 14 at its Clairton plant today, more than 2 months after a deadly explosion. U.S. Steel says repair work on the battery is complete and operations can resume. Final safety checks will happen, with startup expected to begin this afternoon. The company says the Allegheny County Health Department has been notified and emission controls will be monitored. A well-known sports agent says the sports betting and illegal poker arrests involving NBA players and coaches shows the danger of athletes being enticed to gamble. News Radio KDKA's David Botterato has more.
Greg Diulis of the management company Milk and Honey, whose firm represents NFL stars including Travis Kelce, says the proliferation of sports betting is going to create an ongoing problem. He says with the NCAA allowing basketball players to bet on professional sports, it can become even more dangerous, and it's best to avoid the danger whether it's legal sports betting or poker games.
Those things can certainly lead to people that are unscrupulous using the information or trying to funnel information to other people.
He says the biggest issue he sees is with prop bets, where someone like Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier could allegedly manipulate his game time or productivity in any given game to keep numbers under what's been posted in the prop bet. David Botterato, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 152 points, the Nasdaq up 229, the S&P 500 is up 44 points. KDK Sports, Penguins in Florida tonight to take on the Panthers. Puck drop set for 7. KDK Radio News Time, 2:03. Time to enjoy free play during October at the Bocce House in Pittsburgh. Visit boccehouse.com for more. Right now, cloudy and 48 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
This October, don't let a bone-rattling old ride spook you. Get into something new at Bowser Subaru in Pleasant Hills. This October, take the fright out of car buying with the 2025 Subaru Impreza, the compact car that's big on confidence and easy on the wallet. Lease a 25 Impreza base, then S8327718 for just $199 a month for 36 months with $2,299 due at signing with 10,000 miles per year. These October savings won't last. Get to Bowser Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL, MSRP $26,971. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends November 1st. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Fall in Pittsburgh. And does Rhino Shield do a business? Just ask business owner Mike.
Was watching TV one night and saw the Rhino Shield ad. And I thought, well, if they can do a house, they can probably do a building.
And remember, Rhino Shield's not pain, it's better.
So they came out and they gave me a price, showed me how the Rhino works, how it lasts, and how the guarantee works.
Pittsburgh, right now, you can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off and 0% financing for 12 months.
They started on the building. They waited for us to leave, and they worked Saturday and Sunday so they wouldn't affect our business at all. This was the great part of it. I came back Sunday night, and you couldn't even tell they were here. There was no paint on the ground. They did a fantastic job.
Here's owner Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be mostly cloudy, breezy, and quite cool with a passing shower and a high of 51. Mostly cloudy tonight. There can be a shower, though 38. Cloud break for some sun tomorrow, brisk and chilly. Still a risk of a shower, the high in the low 50s. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Celebrate the spooky season with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129. And take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning too. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com. Save big today.
Reacting to the stories you're talking about. Colin Dunlap, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
There we go. 866-391-1020. It's a wonderful Thursday.
Woo! Lots going on. NASCO Roofing, Instant Access. All of our shows just a click away. Email us, instantaccess@kdkaradio.com. Man, we got a lot of stories today. Coming up just past 4 o'clock, you're going to be introduced to a restaurant owner who has a heart, who cares about people, who wants to make sure people are fed and happy, or at least as happy as they can be, and who cares. She gives a damn. She does. 866-391-1020 is that number. Listen for The Drive at 5. Stories driving the news every single day at 5. It's all brought to you by ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh. Demand the yellow van. So, big story this morning, and I was kind of kicking around the house. And I'll tell you what, in the mornings, nobody gets more out of their morning than me. I keep it moving, mind my own business, have breakfast, I'm down to about 4 cups of coffee now in the morning. And it is my time. My wife logs in for her work, does what she needs to do. I take the kids to school, and I kind of use it to start to plan out the day. And I was taken aback by this, and it is a ridiculous story. Never thought this would happen this morning.
The NBA says a current player and coach have been placed on immediate leave after their gambling arrests. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the Miami Heat's Terry Rozier shared information about plans to leave a game early with a supposed injury when he played for Charlotte in 2023.
Members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics.
The indictments also include former player and coach Damon Jones. And the other probe, Portland coach Chauncey Billups, is accused of participating in mafia-run poker games that attracted star-struck bettors, then fleeced them. Peter King, CBS News.
Get this. Chauncey Billups earned $106 million as a player, and he's making $2 million this year as a coach. Terry Rozier, he's 32 years old. He's making $26 million this year, and he's made $160 million as a player to this point. These guys are goofs, grade A goofs. But it was just a matter of time before we had a scandal like this. So even if you're not the biggest NBA fan, even if you're not an NBA fan at all, even if you know nothing about the NBA, you have to hear this story and go, wow, this is where the sanctity of sport, or what's left of it, gets thrown all out the window. So I started dabbling around the internet and seeing what people's responses were, right? So I went to the usual, and it was funny. ESPN, at the bottom of their screen, when they were doing a segment on this, took off the link to ESPN Bet. I guess they thought that was a bit of a conflict of interest or didn't want that on the bottom of the screen. But anyway, in my travels on the internet, I ran across one comment, and this is where we start today at 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. And the question is very simple. Is this comment fair? Here's the comment that I saw underneath one of the posts about this story. And it goes like this. Sports gambling has been a genuine cancer on all of sports. It's ruined so much about the experience, and part of that is the leeching advertising. That's what one person said about sports gambling. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get anybody wrong. Sports gambling was and has been around long before the casinos close by were around, and long before you could bet on sports using your phone. But the proliferation of sports gambling is what I think this person meant to say, or what is probably more accurate. I thought about that comment. Sports gambling has been a genuine cancer on all of sports. It's ruined so much about the experience. And part of that is the leeching advertising. Well, the advertising part I cast aside. I don't care. I'm not influenced all that much by advertising, if at all. For anything, really. I like what I like. But the part about ruin the experience, I'd kind of agree to that. Here's why. So many fans aren't necessarily fans anymore of teams. They're fans of their bet. It's kind of been that way a little bit because of fantasy football and things like that all through time. But it is especially crazy now. It used to be, well, you root for your game. You root for your team. You root for that squad to win because that's the team you root for. But now, it's become so diluted. I'm rooting for this. Why? Well, I need X amount of points in the first half. There have always been sports gamblers. What there haven't been are so many gamblers and the ease with which you can gamble. I've taken a step back on sports a lot, and I've closed out all my sports gambling apps. This was probably right after the pandemic. They got me through the pandemic on the few sports there were right after the pandemic, and then it wasn't like I was losing money or couldn't control myself. I was just like, it's really not fun. I just want to root for teams or watch the game for enjoyment. And it's actually causing too much anxiety, even if it's only $10. It's just too much. But that same anxiety, I think, that I explain, turns into something that people get off on and need it and have to have it. And that's the enticement. And that's the part that's ruined for a lot of people. We used to watch sports, I think, and everybody had the same, or many people had the same goal, aspiration, mission, and that's root for the home team or whatever team you liked. Now you're watching a game, and you may do it with a bunch of different people, and they are all pulled in 10 million different directions. I need the first half total. I need this guy to get over 6 rebounds. I need this. I need that. I need a turnover at the very end. And it dilutes it so much, it makes it unenjoyable. It just does. And then you get the guy who bets way too much that you're friends with. And he lives and dies with one possession in a basketball game, a few at-bats in a baseball game. Somebody who throws an interception in a football game, and it's like he might as well just light his own house on fire because he's not going to be able to make the mortgage payment. It has, and I never thought I'd get to this point, it has ruined the enjoyment to some degree because too many people, especially young people, can't control themselves. They don't understand the consequence. They don't see that that's real money. And part of it is because it's not real tangible money to them. It's just clicking a button with a couple numbers. Tangible money, they don't deal with anymore. They don't go to the bank and get cash out and hand it to somebody. It's just a payment through an app. But it really depletes their bank account. So when I saw that statement today, sports gambling has been a genuine cancer on all of sports. It's ruined so much about the experience. I thought for a minute and I said to myself, how am I supposed to think about this? And then I really came to a decision. I think that person's right. It hasn't ruined it in totality for me, but it has taken some of the luster off. They shouldn't close casinos. They shouldn't close these apps. But more people should realize the game's about the game and not the game within the game. The game within the game, for too many people, has, well, become the game. That's unenjoyable to me. 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. Your call's next, KDKA.
Listen to Colin Dunlap on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey, construction pros, your team at Foundation Software is here. What's something you never want to be told? You're over budget. Get your projects back on track with Foundation Construction Accounting Software. For more than 40 years, contractors have chosen Foundation to improve job costing, reporting, payroll, and more with one complete platform. Don't let overruns ruin your bottom line. Visit FoundationSoft.com. That's FoundationSoft.com. FoundationSoft.com.
More fantastic fall savings at Coons Market.
80% lean fresh ground beef, $3.99 a pound. Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce package, $2.99 each. And Value Pack Lance crackers, 20-count packages, $4.99 each. Come see us at Coons.
Open enrollment is here until December 7th. Will your doctors remain in network? Get free personalized Medicare plan comparisons from locally owned Need Part C right now. Top national and regional carriers. Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be with Need Part C. NeedPartC.com.
Your drive just got easier. It's Colin Dunlap on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
As always, you can listen to us, 100.1 FM, AM 1020, KDKA, or on that Odyssey app. That's AUDACY. They tell me to spell it out here. AUDACY. You can also watch us online. KDKA's video stream. Yep, presented by Metropolitan Window Company. Just go to KDKRadio.com, click on Watch KDK Radio's live stream, or now you can just go to KDK Radio's YouTube page. That's fantastic. Watch everything we're doing right there in studio. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, that makes it easy. Then it finds you the next day. Yep, I mean that. It finds you. I get a reminder every day, like pretty early in the morning, that says, hey, do you want to click on the YouTube page and open it up? A lot of times I do. Larry's show will be on, and I'll watch a couple minutes of that, and that's that, and get on with my day. So, 866-391-1020. Lisa Loro, scheduled to appear in just a little bit. She's sending a surrogate, though. She's kind of off this week, so someone else is going to join us in her stead. That's coming up. Top of the hour, be careful the people you elect, because not all of them have your kid's best interest in mind. I mean this. And there's one right here, very prominent one, right here in Western Pennsylvania, that time and time again, I feel, you make your own determination, but I feel she absolutely doesn't have our kids' best interest in mind. This gambling story is kind of crazy. It just is.
The NBA says a current player and coach have been placed on immediate leave after their gambling arrests. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the Miami Heat's Terry Rozier shared information about plans to leave a game early with a supposed injury when he played for Charlotte in 2023.
Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics.
The other probe, Portland coach Chauncey Billups, is accused of participating in mafia-run poker games that attracted starstruck bettors, then fleeced them. Peter King, CBS News.
And these two fellas, between Billups and Rozier, have made a combined like $275 million in their career. What kind of goofs get mixed up in this small-time nonsense? It might not be small-time, but what kind of goofs get mixed up in nonsense when you probably don't need to? That's the part that blows me.